Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope you had a great day overall. I'm back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. We're gonna be talking about Deontay Wilder versus Derek Chisora, rumored to be going down in April, and exactly what that can mean for the heavyweight division. We're gonna talk about Andy Cruz versus Raymond Muratalla. It is fight week for the two. We definitely gonna speak about that. Then we're gonna get into some open boxing topics because as of right now, today, the boxing world is slow. You see what I'm saying? So we're gonna go ahead and just chop it up with the people and see what the people thinking, man, and get into some good conversations. But before we get into that, if y'all could please hit the like button, that'd be very much appreciated. We on the road to 4K. We well into the 3,300 mark. About to hit that 3,400 mark in due time. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on subscriber only mode. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, if you're not subscribed to the channel, why would we care about what you got to say, man? It's really that simple. You feel what I mean? That's how we getting it up. You feel what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's in the building. The boy Coffee Plant in the building. What up? Lorenzo and the motherfucking Benzo showing love from out Japan. What up? J Cash. What up? Slime El Tortador with the profile pic of me holding his hand in the boxing ring like he the winner, bro. That's fucking hilarious, bro. I don't know who the hell had Slime try ChatGPT, but ever since then, he been on the road. Marissa, what up? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, ChatGPT be tripping. That shit is a gift and a curse. And for those of y'all who can't see the picture that Slime put as his profile picture, let's go ahead and go to his channel real quick. And it's Slime with a Dewey on, with a black tank top on, with a Gucci boxing trunks, and I'm holding his hand up, naming him the winner of the bout. That's Slime for y'all. That motherfucker got a lot of time on his hands. That boy got a lot of time on his hands, boy. But it's funny as shit. I ain't gonna lie. I only use ChatGPT for like content purposes. I don't really be getting that too creative with the shit. You feel what I'm saying? They say he look like Nori. That's hilarious. Slime look like Nori. Talk about Noriega. He said that nigga look like Noriega. What the fuck? He said, "Did you KO Miguel?" No, Miguel don't want no smoke with Slime. He just want to keep this shit on the internet. That's all. You know what I mean? I don't blame him though. Not everybody want box. You feel me? That's funny as shit. Say you're like the nigga off Drink Champs. That's funny. But anyways, man, how we feeling, man? How we feeling today? Yeah, I mean, I got my son sleeping in the other room. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to be in and out with this one. You feel what I mean? We're not gonna do a 4-hour live like we did last night. That's for certain. So yeah. We got work tomorrow. Now we work the whole week through. You feel what I mean? So I'm gonna try to get an hour and some change, and then we out this joint. You feel me? Miguelito don't want that smoke. You feel me? We can't force people to want to get in the ring. You know what I mean? It takes a certain type of person to get in the ring and throw hands with somebody. You feel me? So he said, Merle Mark showing the one with Floyd. Oh, yeah. Let's post that one. Where is it at? There you go. So this was another illustration from Slime, thanks to ChatGPT. And it's a picture, it's looking like Times Square. So that's a picture of Ree all the way to the left. That's supposed to be me, of course. I look like I'm on the artistic side, you know what I'm saying? Then it's supposed to be Floyd Mayweather, and then that's Slime all the way to the right. I don't know how Floyd Mayweather got in this, John. I don't know how he became part of this photo. It looked like more like your Dennis Ugas than Floyd, but we're gonna let it rock. You feel what I'm saying? But that's the picture of us. I don't know why I don't know what Slime told ChatGPT to do to make this photo, But regardless, that's slime for you, man. That's a special character right there, man. That boy got real life issues. But that boy got real life issues, man. Shit is comedy though. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to my homie. Shout out my homie Queso. You got a homie by the name of Queso? Oh yeah, see, niggas that's named after like food and shit like that are niggas that are unhinged. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I know a girl named Chuleta, and she was a certified maniac. So when you got when you got people that's named after food and shit like that, bro, it's like, yeah, yeah. Floyd looked like that bald black chick from them Black Panther movies. Yo, that's funny. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's hilarious. Speaking of Black Panthers, have you been seeing that there's like this new party of like this new generation of like Black Panthers that's like coming to all of the big cities and apparently defending people from ICE? Have y'all been seeing that? It's like the new Black Panthers are around here, and apparently they out here strapped with like AK-47s and shit like that, and they like looking for smoke with police officers and ICE agents and shit like that. I'm like, bro, this shit is insane. I don't know what the hell this world coming to, bro. Somebody gonna die behind that. But anyways, man, let's get into this boxing talk, man. I ain't gonna waste y'all time. You feel what I mean? I be feeling like that's why a lot of people be unsubscribing from the channel and shit like that. Yo, this nigga, man, this nigga don't even talk about boxing. This nigga don't even talk about boxing, man. What, man, this nigga. So let me go ahead and speak about this. There's been a bunch of people reporting this. You know what I'm saying? I think Brunch Boxing was somebody who initially had brought it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and share this for the people to see. Yeah, I mean, I want to see what y'all take is on this situation. Shout out to the 14 people that's in the building. And Boxing King Media says Deontay Wilder versus Derek Chisora. Sources tell Brunch Boxing that former WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay Wilder, is set to return to the ring against longtime heavyweight contender Derek Chisora. I think contender is a strong word. I really think he's a journeyman, a well-known, very popular journeyman. You know what I'm saying? Derek Chisora with the bout targeted for April 2026 in the United Kingdom. Wilder's coming off of a confidence-restoring stoppage win in June 2025 and will be aiming to build momentum with back-to-back knockouts. Across the ring, Chisora is building his fight his 50th and final professional bout, entering on a 3-fight winning streak after defeating Otto Wilder. Oh, wow. A London press conference is expected next week to make the matchup official. I didn't read that part. The report also notes that the potential blockbuster showdown with Alexander Usyk remains the long-term plan, but only if Wilder gets past Chisora first. Now, this is according to Brunch Boxing, man. This isn't confirmed yet. This is just something that people are hearing through the grapevine. And I had two people reach out to me about this situation. So I'm gonna speak on it just because the people want to know exactly what I think about this. And listen, I think this is a dangerous fight for Deontay Wilder to take, considering the fact that he has something lined up with Alexander Usyk, in the future. You know what I'm saying? I already done told y'all, especially with Turkey Al-Sheikh being being on the scene and stuff like that. I'm not really too fond of tune-up fights. You see what I'm saying? I'm not really fond of tune-up fights at all. You know what I mean? It seems like every time, and I'm not saying Turkey Al-Sheikh's involved in this one. I don't know that. But Turkey Al-Sheikh has been a part of tune-up fights in the past that have fumbled horrendously. You feel what I mean? Situations where Turkey Al-Sheikh was so sure that this person was going to beat this person was going to beat this person, and it just never seemed to work out. You know what I'm saying? I already brought up a couple of examples to y'all already for y'all to just go back and look at if y'all haven't seen it yourselves or didn't experience it, in the during the present moment. Deontay Wilder versus Joseph Parker, Anthony Joshua versus Otto Wilder, right? They were both lined up to face each other at the end, AJ and Wilder. Anthony Joshua was able to get past Otto Wilder. Deontay Wilder wasn't able to get past Joseph Parker, so that fight was fumbled. I remember Turkey Al-Sheikh was trying to get a rematch going between Ryan and Devin Haney. Devin Haney got the job done against Jose Ramirez. Ryan Garcia didn't get the job done against Rolly Romero. So that fight ended up being scrapped momentarily as a result of that. So, and I'm sure there's other examples, like more recently, Caleb Plant, Resendiz, Jamal Charlo, Thomas LaManna. Jamal Charlo was able to get past Thomas LaManna. Caleb Plant wasn't able to get past Resendiz. So it's pretty much up in the air as to what Caleb Plant is going to do next. And if Jamal Charlo is next on the hit list, I highly doubt it considering the performance he had against Resendiz. So I'm not really too fond of these situations. Lorenzo just brought it up, Resendiz versus Plant. See? There you go. Y'all clicking. Y'all, we right here with it. Y'all understand where I'm coming from. So when we see this right here, my fault, y'all. When we see this right here, it just sets off red flags in my head. I'm not going to lie to you, man, because we're not about to sit here and act like Deontay Wilder is the same fighter that we seen back in 2016, 2017, you know what I mean, prior to the Tyson Fury trilogy when he was knocking out Dominic Breazeale and Bermane Stiverne and Artur Szpilka, like Eric, the drummer boy. Like I remember seeing all of those fights. You know what I'm saying? Shit, if you want to throw in we could throw in a few fights, the Luis Ortiz fights. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's not the Deontay Wilder that we see anymore. And Anonymous brought up another one, said nearly happened with Inoue Nakatani. Yeah, shit. Nakatani almost fumbled that bag. Absolutely. Absolutely. Nakatani won by the skin of his teeth. But to go back to Deontay Wilder, man, Deontay Wilder has lost a lot of himself in these losses that he has been taking recently. I think that Tyson Fury trilogy, took a lot from Deontay Wilder. I think it took a lot from Fury too, but more from Deontay Wilder. Took a lot of punishment in that second and that third fight. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that was a result of Deontay Wilder just demanding that his team not throw in the towel. He wanted to go out on his shield. You know what I mean? Going out on your shield, you know, pretty much don't cost a lot of the gas that you had left in the tank. And now you pretty much a shell of yourself. And we've seen him in fights with, you know, Joseph Parker. You did not look like yourself. You actually look horrible. You didn't look anything like you've looked in the past. And, you know, Deontay Wilder blamed it on psychedelics. And, you know, it always seems like Deontay Wilder has the answer. But in reality, I think that's just him just putting an answer out there. It's just him wanting to. I feel like Deontay Wilder puts these answers out here just hoping that that's the reason why. You know what I mean? Because to me, it just seems like Deontay Wilder is in denial. Deontay Wilder just gives me in denial. He gives me like in denial vibes, I guess you would say. You see what I'm saying? Like when we look at him in that Joseph Parker fight, you couldn't tell me that if you put a silhouette over Deontay Wilder in that fight, you couldn't tell me that was the Wilder that fought Dominic Breazeale, the one that fought Artur Szpilka, the one that fought Chris Arreola. Like, you can't tell me that's him. You see what I'm saying? Then add salt to the wound, then he goes ahead and he fights Julie Zhang. Looked like absolute horseshit against Zhang. And Deontay Wilder is one of my favorite fighters, but I'm just keeping it 1,000 as somebody who is concerned about him, somebody who actually cares for him as a fighter. He hasn't been looking himself, man. And I feel like, if you're a fan of him and you just want to see him do well, then you could take that approach as well, that you want to see him a part of these big fights because you feel like he deserves it. But me personally, being a current boxing coach, being a former fighter, I know when somebody's best days are behind them. I just know that just based off of experience. You feel what I mean? I've been watching Wilder for well over a decade at this point. I know when he's clicking. I knew when he was at his peak. I knew when he was on the decline. And right now, that's who he is. That's the current stage that he's in. He's on the decline. This man isn't young on top of that. It took some punishment. You see what I mean? The right hand don't seem to have the same steam that it used to. It doesn't seem like he has the confidence that he once did. It doesn't seem like his reflexes are all the way there. It seems like his punch resistance isn't there how it was when he was in his younger days. You see what I mean? So, and then, I see what's written right here. He said that he had a confidence restoring stoppage win in June of 2025. But respectfully, that was somebody that he was supposed to be. That Herndon dude, like that dude never had nothing for Deontay Wilder. There was never a moment where we saw Herndon in that ring. It was like, oh shit, Wilder in trouble. It wasn't really much resistance over on that side. Dude had some toughness, but it wasn't any real resistance where it's like we got a feeling that Deontay Wilder was back. That's definitely what we didn't see. We actually saw a performance where it kind of clarified what we thought in terms of Deontay Wilder no longer being the same. You see what I mean? So now you're getting into this fight with Derek Chisora. And listen, Derek Chisora got 1,000,000 miles on the odometer. You see what I mean? This motherfucker has like a 1998 Dodge Durango. 1998 Dodge Durango. That motherfucking car about 28 years old, 29 years old. You know what I mean? May break down here and there, but it's still driving. And for a car that age, it's actually driving all right. Ain't the most reliable car. You know what I mean? It ain't the fastest. It ain't none of that, but it works. And that's how I look at somebody like Derek Chisora. You know what I mean? He might fuck around and get a W here. That he might come up short in this one. He might pull up. He might surprise you with a great performance here. That it's just Derek Chisora is really like a coin toss right now. And this man done been through wars. You feel what I'm saying? To be honest with you, when I hear Derek Chisora talk, I'm like, oh, it sounds like he already feeling the effects of this boxing shit. You feel what I mean? So Derek Chisora got mileage on top of mileage on top of mileage. You see what I mean? So when you're putting these two guys in the ring together, anything could happen. Anything could happen. But it just seems like it just seems like Chisora may have enough gas to possibly defeat Deontay Wilder at this point. I really believe that. You know what I mean? I feel like they both on the decline. I think that they're probably one fight away from retirement, to be real. Neither one of these guys are capable at this point in their career to win world titles, in my opinion. I don't see them being a Usyk. I don't see them beating Moses. I don't even see neither one of them guys beating a Moses Atama, somebody who's the newest contender on the scene. I don't see them beating like that guy that I interviewed in the ring last what was that, Friday? Is that Friday? Or was that Saturday? Saturday. Danny Perro. When I watched him fight, I'm like, oh yeah, he could beat some of these guys right now. You see what I mean? So Derek Chisora, he seemed like he still got a bit of steam on his punches. He still has some type of aggression about him. It seemed like he still got some killer in him. It just seemed like Wilder, he when I see him in the ring, it seems like his confidence isn't all there. And he's shot, bro. Like his timing ain't there. He doesn't turn his punches over how he used to. Doesn't have that same ferocity. He doesn't have that same intensity. It's just like that hunger that he once had, that maliciousness that he once had. It's not here. It's not here. You see what I'm saying? So when I'm hearing that Deontay Wilder is going to face Derek Chisora, and that's going to depend on whether he fights Alexander Usyk or not, I don't think that Usyk fight, I feel like there's a strong possibility that Usyk fight may not happen because I might just pick Derek Chisora to beat Deontay Wilder. And like I said, I don't want anybody out here talking about, oh, man, you hating on Deontay Wilder. Bro, that's not the case at all, man. I got a lot of love for the Bronze Bomber. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Bomb Squad. You feel what I'm saying? I really was a huge fan of Deontay Wilder when a lot of people was questioning me about it. Why you fuck with Deontay Wilder? I said, bro, he's like the most exciting one. First of all, he's an American heavyweight for one. That's very rare nowadays. An American heavyweight champion at that. I don't even know if there's been an American heavyweight champion since Deontay Wilder. No, there actually hasn't. There actually hasn't been a champion in America since Deontay Wilder that was a heavyweight. Everybody was relying on Jared Anderson, but he ended up not being shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder been the only one putting on for us since then. And then on top of that, he was exciting as a motherfucker. So why wouldn't I be a fan of him? But yeah, I don't want anybody thinking like, oh, Mark hating on Wilder. That's never the case, bro. You feel what I'm saying? But I am trying to I'm trying to be transparent with y'all and exactly what I think. And I really don't see what Deontay Wilder does at this point in his career that's gonna make me stand up and say, oh, he's gonna win the world title. Let's say he sparked Derek Chisora. Let's say he's sparking. That's still not gonna move the needle for me and change my perspective on Deontay Wilder, where I'm gonna just jump out the window and claim he could beat Alexander Usyk. I think his best days are behind him, y'all. I think his best days are behind him. He had a hell of a career. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to sound like I'm counting him up, but at the same time, it's like, come on, bro. Like we the jig is up. I see what's going on. You see what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder created some beautiful memories in boxing. He got one of the greatest highlight reels of all time, to be honest with you. 10 title defenses. That man is a Hall of Famer. That man is a Hall of Famer. Made a shit ton of money in boxing, very successful. One of the most hated motherfuckers that I can recall of this era. Up there with like the Floyds and the Crawfords and the Devin Haney's and shit like that. Like Deontay Wilder hate was different. You know what I'm saying? But he still rose above and did some great shit. And he started boxing very late. You know what I'm saying? Like that man just walked in the gym one day and then within a year or two of that, this man was an Olympian. Like you gotta respect that shit. But yeah, man, that's a very uncomfortable fight for me, in my opinion. To be honest with you, I don't really like the Usyk fight for him neither. But Wilder was never able to get a unification fight in his career. You know what I mean? So if that's how he wants to end his career and things like that, I would rather him just jump straight into the Usyk fight before he take a Chisora fight. You know what I mean? Like if I could avoid the Derek Chisora fight altogether and just jump straight into a unification fight, I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Like if I had it, I'm not gonna face Derek Chisora when, you know what I mean, I got Usyk right down the block. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get past Derek Chisora. I'm gonna walk around Derek Chisora and get right over to Usyk if I'm Wilder. You feel what I'm saying? But Wilder does things like that. You know what I mean? He like to roll the dice. He like to take chances. So, this is a fight that gets made. It is what it is. Most likely that fight will take place in the UK. That'll be a huge fight. The UK, from what I understand, from what I've heard, I'm talking about to real UK people, like people that actually live over there. Like the UK love Deontay Wilder. So maybe that'll do some numbers, man. Just maybe that'll do some numbers. But that's my whole take on that situation. You feel what I mean? I ain't gonna say too much more about that. It's just a rumor at this point. This could be cat. We won't know until an official announcement is made. But yeah, I don't really like this fight for Deontay Wilder. If he could just go ahead and get the Alexander Usyk fight, he should just explore that option. I think it's too late in Wilder's career to be rolling the dice and be fucking up some big opportunities. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what I think about that. Asian 86 says, even if he beats Chisora, they might set him up with a timer. Yeah, we definitely don't need to see that. Like, we definitely do not need to see that. That'll be really sad. I ain't gonna lie, I probably would have even watched that fight. You know what I mean? And I'm a boxing fan, and I've stated on the record that I do like watching people get the shit beat out of them. That's like a pleasure of mine. I know it's weird. Everybody got their thing, you feel me? But Wilder's somebody I actually care about. You know what I'm saying? Like I fuck with Wilder. Like he holds a core, like there's some core memories that he's created within my memory bank that I will never forget. Like I will never forget Deontay Wilder at his peak. That was a beautiful time in boxing, man. That whole time period, 2015, 2016, that was such a beautiful moment for boxing. Like they just showed Errol Spencer's 8-year anniversary of him fighting Lamont Peterson. So what's that, 2018? That was a beautiful fucking fight. That's when Errol Spence was focused. He was like, everything was clicking. Like he looked unstoppable at that point in time. You know what I'm saying? Like that was just such a beautiful period. And at that time, we had, Adrian Broner was still around. You know what I mean? You had Sean Porter, you had Keith Thurman, You had Danny Garcia running around. Triple G was still around. I think Triple G was still around. Canelo was still looking like he was in his prime. Floyd Mayweather had just walked away from the sport a little bit before that. Like that was a beautiful time, bro. And it's sad that a lot of these fighters that we was looking at in 2018, they no longer here. You feel what I'm saying? Like they no longer here. They either retired or they inactive or whatever the case is. Like I'm pretty sure back in 2017, 2018, the Charlos was popping. You know what I'm saying? Jamal Charlo lost all his momentum. He trying to get that back at 168. Jamel, he ain't fighting in 2 years. He doing a lot of talking on the internet, but it's been quiet for the Charlo brothers too. It's like everybody that we was looking at and giving a lot of praise to, and they were shining their brightest 7, 8 years ago, ain't here. You know what I'm saying? So, let me go ahead and stop sharing that screen right there, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Shout out to the 18 people. Let's get 18 likes, y'all. We got 18 people in the building. Let's get 18 likes. You feel me? Shout out to the boy Sean Ramsher in the building. He says, I had high hopes that him and Joshua would unify the titles years ago. Sad to say that whole negotiation thing really makes you wonder, were the fighters ducking or was it their promoters? I definitely think it was the promoters. More specifically, I think Eddie Hearn had a lot to do with that fight not getting made. You feel what I mean? I also think the networks played a part in why that fight didn't get made neither. And I just think that Anthony Joshua was just following lead when I think he should have took it upon himself to make that fight happen. When you really look back at the whole situation, and we spoke about it a few months ago, I remember we got into it on live while I was on vacation with the wifey and shit, but I was speaking about how the zone had offered Deontay Wilder a deal. You know what I'm saying? And if you go look back on that deal, man, it was a crazy amount of money. But within that deal, Deontay Wilder had asked for certain things, and they weren't able to accommodate that. So he walked away. He walked away from that situation and just rolled the dice with Showtime. You know what I'm saying? The zone later on came out and apologized for that whole situation, saying that they should have did things a bit differently and stuff like that, but still, Deontay Wilder being one of the most hated people in the sport of boxing at that time, and probably still one of the most hated people in boxing at this time. He faced a lot of criticism for that when it really was something that was the zone fault. You know what I mean? It really was the zone fault. We can't forget that 50 million situation either. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua was like, give me 50 million. Al Heyman, Shelly Finkel, all of them came together to, put together 50 million for the fight. They showed him proof of funds, which people like Tyson Fury and other people in the boxing game had confirmed was real. And Tyson Fury would know because PBC done cashed him out with some of his biggest paydays in his career. I'm sure he will understand. And, they backed out from the situation. You know what I'm saying? So I really think it was Eddie Hearn. That's why I wasn't really fucking with Eddie Hearn for a long time. I think that situation was real funny. But I think the networks played a part too. Definitely played a part. But Anonymous came through. He said a lot of these dudes are really inactive too. This era is so disappointing. Not gonna lie. Listen, I agree with you. I agree with you, man. A lot of these dudes who still got something left in the tank are just purposely sitting down. Like I said, like Jamel Charlo, he should have been fighting. He should have had like 2-3 fights. You know what I mean? And after the Canelo Alvarez fight, he's sitting around. Jamal Charlo, he been back, but look at who he been fighting. You know what I mean? Look at Demetrius Andrade. Man, ain't fight says losing to David Benavidez. Still training, acting like nobody want to give him an opportunity, but then he feel like he's too good to just get in the ring and stay active. Like he just won big fights. That's all he won. Shit, after Triple G, Triple G don't walk away. Lomachenko don't walk away. Mr. Garrett Russell, he had 135, but he hella inactive. It's a lot of people. Danny Garcia's career died out after inactivity. Good thing he got some money going on. Adrian Broner fell apart. Robert Easter fell apart after he had a unfortunate incident in his hometown. It's a lot, bro. It's a lot, and it's sad that a lot of these dudes didn't really get to maximize their time in the game due to just sitting around, just waiting, trying to be loyal to somebody, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna tell you something. They always say that there's no loyalty in business, but it just seems people always try to make it seem like boxing is like a place where you got to be loyal. It's like, bro, I understand Al Heyman done did a lot for y'all niggas, and you know what I mean. I heard like Leo Santa Cruz named his son after Al Heyman. Like Al Heyman made a beautiful, like a positive, a life changing impact on these dudes and set them up for the rest of their lives. You know what I mean? So of course they're gonna have some type of loyalty with Al, but at the same time, you know what I mean. Boxing is a small window. And them bills, even if he do set you up, there's still more money and more opportunities to be created. So it's like, what we doing, y'all? Like, is we about to just sit around 2-3 years, or are we gonna see where the money at and explore different, situations? You know what I mean? Like, and we seen fighters actually get the blessing from Al Heyman and they move on and go do some good shit, like Daniel Jacobs. Daniel Jacobs walked away from that PBC shit because he sees some money over at the Zone, and he went and he went and he got it. Got the Canelo fight, Chavez Jr. Like he was doing his thing. Triple G, like he was doing his thing. You feel what I mean? But it is what it is, man. It's sad that it had to go like that. Tricks, what's going on, brother? He said, Mazuma, what do you think about Tyson Fury versus Fabio Wardley? Both of them are with Queensberry, and Fury has been active on social media with him training. I think that fight's a lot more realistic than people are really saying at this point in time, because Anthony Joshua, I seen him back, and it's beautiful to see him like working out, just keeping his mind intact and shit like that. Eddie Hearn was working out with him. I seen him doing like some little small pad work with I think Khabib Nurmagomedov's team. From what I understand, that was Khabib's team and shit like that. So it just seemed like he keeping his mind right. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's coming back to boxing anytime soon, but I don't think that's the fight people should really be worried about right now, considering Anthony Joshua's very unfortunate incident. But I do think that's a fight that is very doable. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight at all. Fabio Wardley, tough as nails, resilient than a motherfucker, bro. Focused, dangerous throughout the entire course of the fight. Then you got Tyson Fury, who may have lost a step or two, as he's went on in his career. He's coming off of back-to-back losses against Alexander Usyk. Been inactive since then. So it's like, Tyson Fury's hella experience. He got some great names on his resume and shit like that. That'll be a good fight for Fabio Wardley, and that'll be a great fight in the UK to be made. There's some money there. You got that new kid on the block, Fabio Wardley. Then you got the dude, Tyson Fury, wasn't necessarily the path just yet, but I personally feel like his best days are behind him as well. Fabio, this is a fight for Fabio to win for real, because I ain't about to sit here and act like Tyson Fury chin ain't been suspect, later on in his career. I think, and that's why I said I feel like that Deontay Wilder trilogy affected him as well, because it seems like ever since that trilogy, Fury ain't been taking punches the same. You know what I'm saying? Like he responds negatively to getting hit clean a lot of the time. You feel me? So I don't know. I think Tyson Fury, he still got some boxing ability. He still got some gas left in the tank. Now how much we don't know yet. But that's a good fight for Fabio, man. Fabio could do some damage. Tyson Fury could probably put on a boxing clinic. We don't know. But Fabio, he got the confidence, he got the youth, he got the energy, he got the momentum on his side. If Tyson Fury comes back and he faces him, you know what I mean? If Fury comes back and he faces him, and let's say he beats Fabio Wardley, he puts himself in a great position to possibly get a Usyk trilogy. Now, is that the fight that we want? No, but money talks at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I don't know if Usyk is really going to be entertaining that. He already 2-0 against him, so maybe not. But, it'll be a nice little touch on Fury resume to end off his career. Now, if he was to go ahead and let's say Usyk fight Wilder, he beat Wilder, whatever. He retires, them belts get vacant. You know what I mean? Maybe Fury could do a little run and grab a couple titles and face Anthony Joshua to end off both of their career. It could go so many different ways. You know what I'm saying? But I do think Fabio is beatable too. Like I seen him I think Joseph Parker, if he ain't gas out, I think he would have beat. I think he would have beat Fabio. You know what I'm saying? I think he personally would have beat Fabio. I don't really rate Fabio. Even he's elite. He's a champion. Let's not get it wrong. But I don't see him as like this world beater. You know what I'm saying? That's just can't be fucked with. No, he's very beatable. It just take the right motherfucker to get the job done. You know what I'm saying? None of us said, nah, Fury time's up. I gotta see it. I gotta see it. Like I'm not saying you wrong. But I gotta see it, Anonymous. But Anonymous don't fuck with Fury. That shit is hilarious. I mean, I don't like you neither, to be real with you. But I gotta see. Like, if his time up, I really need to see it. You feel me? I really need to see it. Fabio could probably expose that to the world. But like I said, I think Fabio is very beatable. And if Fury get the job done, then I mean, he right back in the mix. But if he loses to Fabio, then shit is runts. Like it's dead. It's dead. That whole AJ Fury shit, you can just go ahead and throw them bitches down the drain, like AB did with that money. You feel me? We thought Manny Pacquiao time was up. I mean, to be real, Tricks, it is. It's just a nigga that he got in there with, wasn't capable of exposing it. Like, ain't nobody see that Manny Pacquiao fight with Barrios and thought, oh my God, Manny Pacquiao is back. Oh my God, he can beat everybody at 47. Ain't nobody was saying that. We was all sitting here like, yo, what the fuck is Barrios doing? People, there was some people that was giving Pacquiao kudos and all that. You feel me? But I think the more of the storyline for that fight was, what the fuck is Barrios doing? Why is he allowing Manny Pacquiao to get some momentum in this fight? What are you doing, brother? That's what we was thinking. At least I know that's what I was thinking. I'm like, bro, there's so many opportunities that Barrios could let his hands go and probably do some damage. Pacquiao legs wasn't underneath him. He was stuck in the mud. Manny Pacquiao ain't never had no upper body movement, ain't never had no sound defense. I ain't never seen Manny Pacquiao sit in the pocket and make niggas miss on some fucking Floyd Purnell, Shakur shit. Like, I ain't never see that. If Pacquiao legs ain't underneath him, he toast. But Barrios didn't expose it. And I think that's why everybody was – we wasn't mad at Pacquiao. Pacquiao did what he could with what we had. Salute to him. But Barrios was like, you could see that there were so many things he could have did to capitalize off that situation, and he just wouldn't do it. So a lot of us question his heart. We question his abilities. We question his intentions during the fight because he was way too friendly, man. Way too friendly. So he said, I'm telling you, Mark Fabio gonna spark you. I can't wait. That'd be crazy. Watch it, like if Fury get dropped and nigga don't get up, that'd be crazy. But yeah, like Fury, that's why I'm not really too fond of these older niggas trying to get these young niggas opportunities. Like, bro, fuck all that, bro. Just get the fuck, bro. Stop doing all this extra shit, bro. Like but then can't be mad at Fury because of what AJ went through. Like, they was trying to get that fight together, but AJ went through something. I mean, what my boy Rouse said. Rouse said his time is up. That was Barrios being passive that allowed Manny to seem like he looked like himself. Yeah, anybody that, like, if you looked at that Manny, if you looked at that Manny Pacquiao that fought Barrios and you thought he was back, you ain't really watched Manny Pacquiao. Like, you ain't watching when he was on his Pac-Man shit, chopping up Cotto, Mosley, Margarito. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. Marquez, Barrera, Morales, all that. Like, no. You ain't really watched Pacquiao for real. And listen, that motherfucker was 46 years old at the time. He probably older now. Yeah, he 47 now. He just turned 47 last month. So he only older now. So it's like, he look old. Like, people don't be paying attention to that shit. Like, he walked into that ring and he looked old. Like, in his face. I said, this nigga Pacquiao look like somebody well old. Like, he look like somebody grandpa. Like, what the fuck? But I don't know, man. I don't know. Pacquiao is very beatable. You know what I'm saying? That's why I did not want to see Broly fight Pacquiao. I did not want to see that. That'd be terrible fight for Pacquiao. And goddamn, if you was to get smacked by one of Rolly hooks, Pacquiao gonna be slumped just like how he was against Marquez, bro. I don't want to see that. I do not want to see that old ass man take them type of explosive ass punches. I'm cool. You feel me? Like that. That's a no no. Like I said, I like watching a good ass whooping, but it's a little bit different when it's a dude who out of his prime, out of touch with his best days and shit. Like I don't want to see that. That's like bullying. See, I don't mind seeing niggas getting their ass whooped, but it's like I want to see a motherfucker at least be in a good state within themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to see past prime niggas get their ass whooped. You feel me? And it wasn't cool watching Roy later on in his career getting knocked out. Like I didn't find that enjoyable at all. Who else? Who else had a bad ending to their career? Um, Fernando Vargas. It wasn't enjoyable watching him get beat up. Robert Guerrero at the end of his career, it wasn't cool watching him get beat up. You know what I'm saying? Like that type shit wasn't really. Lamont Peterson at the end of his career, it wasn't cool watching him get beat up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he said Mike Tyson, Shane Mosley got whooped. He was getting whooped early on in his career. Chavez Jr. Now Chavez Jr. He was just a flunky, so I didn't really care too much for him. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't take boxing serious. Like them type motherfuckers, bro, I don't be feeling bad for at all. Niggas who be going against the grain and I don't really fuck with that at all. Yeah, man. Team Bam Bam Ortiz. That's a real boxer. Let me know where you from. Let me know where you from, champ. Okay, I can tell this a little boxer right here. Team Bam Bam Ortiz. Let me know where you from, brother. Let us know what your name is, man. You want to come up and speak your piece, brother? You want to introduce yourself to the nation? Let me know. Let me know. Sugar Ray Leonard. Yes. Yes. My dad. I was watching the Hector Camacho fight with my pop, and I was like, shit was sad to watch. Shit was super sad to watch. Um, yeah, like that's bullying. That's like, you know what I mean? That shit ain't cool to me. But watching like a motherfucker who like upcoming or like in his prime get whooped, I don't really feel too crazy for you know what I mean? Like it is what it is. Like if they get whooped, he get whooped. But past prime niggas who shouldn't even be in the ring and all that, that ain't cool. That ain't cool. Yeah, but like Mike Tyson, his last fight, not the Jake Paul one. You know what I mean? The last one he had, his career, that shit was sad. Like Mike was crying in the ring and shit. Like that ain't cool. That ain't cool at all. I got a heart. I ain't that fucked up. I'm a fuck. I could be fucked up in some ways, but not that fucked up. Yeah, Raul Chavez Jr. They wanted him to be the man so bad. They tried to kick Sergio Martinez out the picture to try to make Chavez Jr. shine. The WBC did that shit backfired horribly, horribly. I think Sergio was suing them niggas and all because of how the way they was moving with his world title, how the way they was moving with that WBC middleweight title. Now watching Sergio Martinez versus Cotto, that was sad. That was sad. Like in the moment, I was like, yeah, Cotto fuck Sergio up, blah blah. And then looking back, I'm like, this dude he ain't had no knees. Like Cotto wasn't even landing that clean. He falling all over. I'm like, yeah, that was sad as shit. And then like they was in his corner talking about, oh, your knees not there, Sergio. Your knee. And Sergio didn't want to stop fighting, bro. That's like heartbreaking. That's like heart wrenching, I'm gonna say. You know what I mean? That was really, really sad to watch. Like his corner telling him, like keeping it real with him. And you gotta love that his corner was being transparent, like, yo, like, listen, man, like we see, like it's your knees not there, your legs not working, Sergio. Like, I can't allow you to keep going through this, Sergio. Like, we got to stop this. Sergio, like, no, 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 no. That's when you got to save the fighter from themselves, man. That's when you got to save the fighter from themselves. It just sucks when fighters, who had it at one point in time, can't seem to come to grips with reality that they no longer have it. You know what I mean? It always seems like the fighter's the last one to find out that they ain't got it no more. By the time they figure it out, it'd be too late. Like Regis Prograis, that nigga, he know in his heart that he ain't got it no more. But it's just something about him, something within him that just won't allow him to accept it. He always seems to accept it after a loss, but then when he sits back and he reflects, he finds a reason to come back. It's like, come on, bro. Come on. Like Regis used to be snapping early on in his career. Like I remember everybody was looking at him as like the next big thing at 140. And then like his decline really started to happen after the the Dorticos fight. It was a Dorticos fight. He started to slip a little bit. Devin Haney put the nail in the coffin. Who he lost? He lost to Jack Catterall, I believe. Was that Jack Catterall he lost to? Then he was talking about going to bare knuckle. Like he retired. He claimed to have retired momentarily. Then he had lost again and was talking about doing bare knuckle or something like that. Let me see. Let me see what fights it was. Not Dorticos. I'm sorry. It was Zorilla. I'm sorry. Dorticos is a fucking cruiserweight. I'm tripping. Zorilla. Yeah, it was that Zorilla dude. Yeah, you're right. I'm tripping. How the fuck I get them names mixed up? Dorticos is a fucking cruiserweight. I hope Regis ain't fight no motherfucking Dorticos. But yeah, it was a Zorilla fight. He got a split decision in. You know what I mean? Like the last version of Jose, the last good version of Regis Prograis, in my opinion, where like he shined the brightest was back in 2022 when he faced Jose Cepeda. He stopped him, right? Cool. You know what I mean? He was able to pick up that world title. Then he fought Zorilla. He just didn't look right. He didn't look right. You know what I'm saying? And then when he fought Devin Haney, he looked horrible. Then he lost to Jack Catterall. He looked horrible. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about retirement and bare knuckle and all that shit. And now I'm watching Regis. He talking about coming back. He want to fight this person and that person. And it's like, bro, Regis, you got to cut it out, bro. I don't know if you need money. I don't know what your situation is, brother. I hope it's not a situation where like you really need money that bad. But it's like you shot, brother. Like niggas gotta tell them that. And it ain't like out of disrespect. It's really, it's love at the end of the day. Like you a two-time world champion. You did some phenomenal shit. You've been a part of some big fights. Your Josh Taylor fight a classic. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. But man, you 36 years old, brother. 36 years old. The fact that I don't know how long exactly you've been boxing, but I'm assuming you've been boxing since your teenage years. You've been a pro for about 14 years. You know what I mean? And you not, let's just keep it an extra 1,000. Let's just keep it an extra 1,000. You ain't beating none of the champions at 40 right now, brother. If you move up, you're not beating nobody there neither. Said he wanted to do MMA. Like what? MMA? For what, nigga? What you wrestled before? Like where you getting this from? That says sorry for the interruption, but Mazuma, look what I found. 138 mark. All right, let me see what he talking about. Hopefully this is something good. Let me see. Where's it at? Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Let's see what we talking about. Oh, you found it? Oh. Yo, that's a bad motherfucker, bro. I'm rewinding back. Yo, he found my debate with KO. Trying to find where it started at. Like I said, y'all had some great conversation over here, so I just wanted to have this discussion with you. Hold on, y'all. I'm about to share the screen for this. I'm about to share the screen for this. Fuck it, we ain't doing nothing. That shit going crazy. All right, let's pull this shit up. Damn, dog. Look at this, yo.
He was the most talented and best fighter on the. That's it, man. What's happening with you?
What's going on, man? This is my first time being on your channel, man. I think you was having
Appreciate
a
you
good
pulling
discussion.
up.
Yeah, for sure. I got a channel myself, Mazuma TV, so I wanted to stop by.
Y'all go subscribe to him. Go check out his content, man.
I
What's up
appreciate
with
it,
it, bro?
Thank you, man. So, you know, like I said, y'all having some great conversation on here, so I just wanted to have this discussion with you. What is it that I'm trying to get clarity on exactly what you're saying? Because, like I said, I just got on. Are you saying that Abdullah Mason is better than Shakur Stevenson right now? Or are you talking about Abdullah Mason being better than Shakur Stevenson? Like at the point of his career that he's at right now, he was better than what Shakur Stevenson was at that point.
I'm saying right now, if they fight, I'm taking the flyer on Abdullah Mason. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, and you're entitled to that opinion, but it's like, what are you basing it off of?
I think he's longer than Shakur Stevenson. His hands look faster to me. He's more aggressive to me. I think he hits harder than Shakur Stevenson. His jab is already educated, and he has the athleticism and the footwork to match. He can turn with Shakur. If Shakur chooses to fight off the back foot, I believe he can be able to cut off the ring. It's a lot of different things, and he looks very comfortable on the inside when he's fighting fighters. So I just think he's the total package. So I give him a shot, and I think he's younger and stronger. And so I'm rocking with Abdullah. I think he's a better fighter.
And like I said, he entitled to his opinion. Like, but this was prior to him being Sam Knows. It was prior to him being Nakatila. This shit was how long ago? This was a whole year ago. So this is when Abdullah wasn't even a contender yet. Because they moved him up the ranks pretty quick. Like he cracked like #1 in the WBO, and he just fought for the title right after that. But yeah, like he's saying that based off of physical attributes that he was capable of being Shakur. And it's like, bro, it takes more than physical attributes to beat a fighter. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just facts. You feel what I'm saying? Like I could give you an example of motherfuckers who had longer reach and came up short. Somebody who was more aggressive came up short. You know what I'm saying? Being stronger, coming up short. So having advantages in the physical department doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get that win, especially at a high level. Would it really be coming down to a skill set, experience, and the ability to adapt? That's just me. But let's continue on. Okay, but the dilemma I'm having with this is, who is he doing this against? You see what I'm saying? Like Shakur Stevenson has showed you that he could perform at high levels when he was facing quality guys. You see what I'm saying? I'm looking over Abdullah Mason's resume right now, and you know what I'm saying? He got some undefeated guys there. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan of Abdullah Mason, by the way. You see what I mean? I sent some guys over there to spar Abdullah Mason in the past. You know what I mean? I'm familiar with him. But, he fought a 5-0. You know what I mean? He even got an 8-0 on his resume and stuff like that. But how are you able to, you know, and obviously the eye test, you know, that's the reason why Abdullah Mason is getting the attention that he's getting, because, you know, he's passing the eye test. You see what I'm saying? But, you know, how does this guarantee, based off of who he's fighting, like guys like Louis LeBron, like he just fought, you know what I'm saying? Guys like that, how are you able to see him do that against those caliber guys and then make the assumption that he's going to be able to do that with a top caliber fighter?
Because that's my belief. I've been watching boxing for a long time, and that's just what I think, bro. It's just
That's my belief. I've been watching boxing a long time. What? So, because it's just what I believe. I'm about to just start saying that shit, y'all. Like, whenever I'm gonna just make these bold ass predictions, and then whenever somebody asks me, like, "Yo, but why you say that?" It's just what I believe, bro. I've been watching boxing a long time. It's like, what the fuck, nigga? Like what, nigga?
just a fight pick. I'm just rocking with it.
Like I said, it's your. You see how he couldn't answer that though, right? You see how, like, bro, no, we didn't even get to the cooking yet, Lorenzo. I was just asking him because I'm trying to see where he come from. I'm just trying to see where he come from. It's like, all right, you know what I mean? Maybe he could tell me some shit. I don't know, because I'm always open to learning. That's why, like, I'm not really big into debates, because, like, I be so open-minded with the shits that I could find a way, even if I don't agree with you, I could figure out your thought process and understand it and be like, oh, all right, that's just what he think. You feel what I'm saying? That don't mean I could agree with you, but I could see where you coming from type shit. That's why I'm not really big on debating, but I'm like, this nigga Abdullah Mason ain't beat nobody yet. Until this day, his resume still ain't that deep. But he's starting to climb. You feel what I mean? So I could love and appreciate that about Abdullah Mason's career and the chances he taking. You know what I'm saying? Fighting Sam Noakes, that was a dangerous fight. But if a nigga, it's like, nigga, everybody got their opinion, but I could pick and choose who's to respect. And the opinions that I usually respect is the ones that usually have like solid backing behind it. Like if I ask you, yo, who you think will win out of motherfucking Rolly and Barrios? He'd be like, oh, Barrios. I'm like, all right. Based off what? Why? It's just what I believe, bro. I've been watching boxing a long time. It's like, all right, I feel you, but it's like, I don't respect that shit, bro. Just keep it 1,000. Like, I really don't. Like, prerogative, but I'm just trying to, you know, I'm just trying to see exactly where your mind frame is.
I just said it. I think his length will trouble Shakur. His speed will trouble him. He's very fast with his hands. He has a very good corner to tell. His daddy be on point with the instructions that he gives. And
his daddy be on instructions with the point he gives. Now, this ain't no disrespect to Abdullah Mason's father, but until the Sam Noakes fight, he had no championship level experience coaching. So it's like niggas not really understanding that, like, it's a totally different level. Like when you are coaching at like a prospect level, you know what I mean? It's different from when you're coaching at an elite level. Like I've seen coaches do well, like on undercard type fights, you know, co-main event type fights. But then when it's a fucking fight of like a serious magnitude, coaches be panicking in their corner. They don't be knowing what to say. Some motherfuckers, they be acting like the cat got their tongue. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Like, ain't no disrespect to Abdullah Mason dad. You know, he made his son a world champion. He's doing something right. But that shit just, like, what he's saying ain't really saying shit.
And I think that as long as he can find a way to not let Shakur be too defensive and get into his bag, I think I give him a shot to win the fight. He's younger and longer, and he's skilled, and his jab looks nasty, and he's powerful. He can counterpunch. He can fight inside. It looks like there's nothing that he can't do. And resumes don't win fights. So I'm just going off my eye test. Long story short, bro.
Resumes don't win fights. That's absolutely correct, because we see inexperienced fighters beat some guys who are actually experienced. But, you know, that's the thing is, you saying that Abdullah Mason is longer, right? But we know that Shakur Stevenson is a master of understanding range and knowing exactly where he's at when he's punching. So he's a
master of defensive range. He takes himself.
Shakur Stevenson throw punches and you know what I'm saying, had the perfect distance where he's able to hit the person and the person's not able to hit him. I've seen it in the Valdez fight.
Yeah.
I've seen that multiple times. I've seen
I didn't see it in the Nakathila fight.
In the Nakathila fight, I mean, he dominated Nakathila regardless. But what I'm telling you is,
but he was apologizing after the fight, though, Mazuma.
He could apologize all he wanted. He apologized
his mentor and former manager Andre Ward was telling him to do more, bro.
Okay, and you know, there's always room for improvement. I'm not sitting here making a case that Shakur Stevens is a perfect fighter, but regardless of the situation, he apologized after the Edwin De Los Santos fight. He apologized after the Nakathila fight, but he's won both of those fights regardless.
But why was he apologizing though, bro?
Because he was trying to satisfy the fans. And then after a while, he said, "Fuck the fans."
But it wasn't because
he had a mediocre
performance. Boxing, though. We talking boxing, though. From a skill set perspective, it was because of
that
his
wasn't
offense,
why he was apologizing, though.
No, it was because of his offense. It was because of his offense in those fights, right?
No, it was because the fans weren't satisfied with his performance.
And they weren't satisfied with what part of his performance. It wasn't the defense. It was his what?
It doesn't matter. You asking me why he apologized? He didn't apologize because he felt like he performed shitty. He just didn't like the backlash he was receiving. But after this fight that he just had with Artem Harutyunyan, he said, "Fuck the fans." He's not worried about what they talking about. He's just concerned about the.
But he done tweeted like 1,578 times since the fight, though. But he don't care.
Okay, and I just made a video talking about how he too emotional. He shouldn't be giving them people his energy. That's not something I'm defending. I'm talking about you saying that he only understands. You see how I said that ain't something that I'm defending, right? You see how like he switched the whole shit up because he said that. He's not a master at distance offensively. How many times have we seen Shakur Stevenson fight where he hitting the motherfucker and the motherfucker can't hit him back? Is Shakur Stevenson one of the most accurate punchers in boxing today? How are you one of the most accurate punchers in boxing, but you're not a master of distance offensively? Don't you need to understand distance in order to land clean shots on fighters consistently throughout your career? Okay. Distance from a defensive perspective, that's absolutely incorrect. Because I've actually seen this man understand distance very well from an offensive perspective as well. I've seen this man.
And I've seen him make Artem miss a lot and not make him pay enough. I saw him make Edwin miss a lot and not make him pay enough. I think he's very good defensively, but I think sometimes hold on, let me get it out, bro. Let me get it out, bro. I think sometimes just watching his fights, I think he can be so defensive and so good defensively that when he makes the guy miss because he's making sure he don't get hit so much that sometimes he takes himself out of position and he's not in position to fire back. That's all. That's a flaw I see.
Okay, but that's not what we're talking about though. You just said that he don't understand that he doesn't do that. His offensive range isn't as good as his defensive range, or you said something along those lines.
It's not.
Okay, no. You actually said that his defensive range is what's impressive. You pretty much you disregarding the fact that this man understands range from an offensive perspective as well. You know what I'm saying? You can't win a fight just based off of defense. He's winning these fights. He's outlanding these dudes. Did he outland Harutyunyan? Absolutely. Did he outland Edwin De Los Santos? Absolutely.
Did he let his hand? Did he let his hand? Listen, bro. The people he winning against. Congratulations. He's supposed.
Like, how can you say somebody's struggling offensively? Like, how they struggling with their range? They have trouble understanding their range offensively, but they outlanding everybody that they fighting. If you struggling that much with your range offensively, bro, like you will be missing hella times. You will have trouble outlanding your opponents if you having such a hard time gauging distance offensively.
Yo.
What else, son?
What's the word?
Chilling, bro. Just going over this video. Shout out to Des for bringing this up because I thought this video was gone somewhere.
Nah, facts. I clicked on it real quick to see what he was talking about. Clicked off the live real quick to see what he was talking about, just see what was going on. Cause I never seen this. Feel me?
Yeah.
But I was just watching and bro, the nigga really ain't talking about nothing, bro.
Supposed to win them fight. That's not what I'm saying. But against Artem and the guys that you named, did he let it in your opinion? Do you feel like he could have been more offensive?
Of course, that's what
Just because, yo, see, this is what he changing the whole subject because I'm trying to stay consistent with the point that he's making, that he said he struggles with his range offensively, right? Which is not true, especially when we just seen that William Cepeda fight. Fucking accuracy was off the charts. Doesn't struggle with his range offensively, but he's mistaken not letting your hands go, being hesitant, like, you know, not being volume based with struggling with your range. You can understand you can understand range offensively very well and still not throw a lot of punches.
Facts.
But if you peep, Shakur Stevenson, every time he threw the punches, he made them count. So it's like, this nigga don't even know what he's talking about, bro. That's why you like niggas who really gonna be talking boxing and shit, bro. They don't necessarily need to be boxers, but they need to do some type of boxing shit, bro. Because these niggas be having opinions. You know, a lot of these motherfucking subscribers and fans, they be sheep, so they just follow whatever sound good, and they be just copy and pasting what these lame ass niggas be saying. And whole time, don't neither one of them niggas know what the fuck they talking about. So again, struggling with range offensively, yet outlanding everybody you done fought, it don't make sense. So if you struggle with your range offensively, that would mean that you're missing a lot, right? But every time that I've seen Shakur Stevenson fight, his punching accuracy is one of the best amongst boxing. He up there with like Bam. He was up there with who else? Who's the most accurate punchers in boxing today?
Bam.
Bivol was up there.
I think Dev.
Hold on. Pull that shit up.
Was Tank up
there? Look at this. The most accurate boxers today, according to recent CompuBox data and boxing analysis, often include Jesse Ben Rodriguez, Shakur Stevenson, and Gervonta Tank Davis, known for high connect percentage and efficiency. So how can you struggle with your range offensively when you're literally one of the most accurate punchers in boxing today?
Bro, we could take Gervonta Davis, for example. He doesn't throw a lot of punches, but he's really accurate.
Right, he make them count.
Right.
Does that mean that Gervonta Davis struggles with his range offensively? No, not at all. Look, see, Shakur Stevenson, known for his slick defense and accurate counterpunching. As far as I'm concerned, that's offense, and you do need to understand range offensively in order to be an effective counterpuncher. So, again, this nigga's just proving my point.
Everybody said that's not what we're talking about.
That is what we're talking about.
No, we not.
Yeah, it is, because if you had the perfect range and you were just good enough, like how he did Jamel Herring, bro. That was his best performance by far to me, where he was always right there. My defensive range is so good, you whispering them bitches by my nose, bro, right here. But I'm so good with it that I'm also in range offensively, to where once you miss, I'm still right here and I can make you pay. Too many times recently. Too many times. I didn't say he don't have that ability. I said he's been struggling with it.
No,
he's been struggling with it, bro.
No,
he has been struggling with
it. You just said that he only understands range from a defensive standpoint, and I told you that he does it from an offensive standpoint as well, and you told me that he doesn't. And now you just brought up,
bro. He has not been doing it lately, bro.
You just gave me a core example of a time where he was able to, where he showed that he understands range.
And what year was that, bro? What year did he fight Jamel Herring?
Well, what year was it? So he's switching the whole shit up. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
when you disprove, like, he literally contradicted himself. This is y'all debate king. This y'all debate king. He getting fried by niggas who don't even do debates.
Bro, that's a bad job.
He said, "Run it back, Mazuma. Let's see him live, bro. Just run back." I don't want to go all the way too far back though, because I'm terrible at time frames, bro. Let me see. So we're currently at 128.13. All right. Let me see.
Apologize all he want. He apologized. I'm just trying to, I'm just trying to see exactly where your mind frame is.
I just said it. I think his lympho trouble. His daddy shot to win, and he stays down.
Resumes don't win fights. That's absolutely correct, because we see inexperienced fighters beat The thing is, you saying of understanding range and knowing exactly where he's at when he's punching. So
he's a master of defensive range. He takes himself.
I've seen Shakur Stevenson throw punches, and you know what I'm saying, had the perfect distance where he's able to hit the person and the person's not able to hit him. I've seen it in the Valdez fight.
Yeah,
I've seen that multiple times. I've seen.
I didn't see it in the Nakathila fight.
In the Nakathila fight, I mean, he dominated Nakathila regardless. But what I'm telling you is,
but he was apologizing after the fight, though, Mazuma.
You talking about everything except what the fuck?
His mentor and former manager Andre Ward was telling him to do more, bro.
Okay, and you know, there's always room for improvement. I'm not sitting here making a case that Shakur Stevens is a perfect fighter, but regardless of the situation, he apologized after the Edwin De Los Santos fight. He apologized after the Nakathila fight, but he's won both of those fights regardless.
But why was he apologizing though, bro?
Because he was trying to satisfy the fans, and then after a while, he said, "Fuck the fans."
But,
so it wasn't because he had a mediocre.
We talking boxing though. We talking boxing though. From a skill set perspective, it was because of
that
his
wasn't
offense,
why he was
right?
apologizing though.
No, it was because of his offense. It was because of his offense in those fights, right?
No, it was because the fans weren't satisfied with his performance.
And they weren't satisfied with what part of his performance. It wasn't the defense. It was his what?
It doesn't matter. You asking me why he apologized? He didn't apologize because he felt like he performed shitty. He just didn't like the backlash he was receiving. But after this fight that he just had with Artem Harutyunyan, he said, "Fuck the fans." He's not worried about what they talking about. He's just concerned about the.
But he done tweeted like 1,578 times since the fight, though. But he don't care.
And I just made a video talking about how he too emotional. He shouldn't be giving them people his energy. That's not something I'm defending. I'm talking about you saying that he only understands distance from a defensive perspective. That's absolutely incorrect. Because I've actually seen this man understand distance very well from an offensive perspective as well. I've seen this, and I've seen
him make Artem miss a lot and not make him pay enough. I saw him make Edwin miss a lot and not make him pay enough. I think he's very good defensively, but I think sometimes hold on, let me get it out, bro. Let me get it out, bro. I think sometimes just watching his fights, I think he can be so defensive and so good defensively that when he makes the guy miss because he's making sure he don't get hit so much, that sometimes he takes himself out of position and he's not in position to fire back. That's all.
Okay. When Shakur Stevenson be out of position?
Never. He just chatting, bro.
I've never seen Shakur Stevenson out of I've never seen the man standing square. I never seen him like off. You don't really see Shakur Stevenson off balance, none of that shit. So this dude, he just talking. He's just saying a bunch of terms that make him sound like he know what he talking about. This nigga, he not saying shit, bro.
That's a flaw I see.
Okay, but that's not what we talking about though. You just said that he don't understand that he doesn't do that. His offensive range isn't as good as his defensive range, or you said something along those lines.
It's not.
Okay.
So he said it's not.
No. You actually said that his defensive range is what's impressive. You pretty much you disregarding the fact that this man understands range from an offensive perspective as well. You know what I'm saying? You can't win a fight just based off of defense. He's winning these fights. He's outlanding these dudes. Did he outland Harutyunyan? Absolutely. Did he outland Edwin De Los Santos? Absolutely.
Did he let his hand? Did he let his hand? Listen, bro. The people he winning against, congratulations. He's supposed to win them fight. That's not what I'm saying. But against Artem and the guys that you named, did he let it? In your opinion, do you feel like he could have been more offensive?
Of course, that's what everybody's saying. That's not what we're talking about.
That is what we're talking about.
No, we not.
Yeah, it is, because if you had the perfect range,
that wasn't what we were talking about. We were talking about Shakur Stevenson's. You said that he does not know that he struggles with his distance offensively. That's what we were talking about. Now you're talking about how many punches the nigga throws. I hope you know that both of those don't necessarily go hand in hand. You could be a master at distance offensively and throw the least amount of punches. Like, just because you're not throwing a lot doesn't mean you struggle with your range offensively. Like, that's not how that shit work. You see what I'm saying?
Range, yeah, bro. And you were just good enough. Like how he did Jamel Herring, bro. That was his best performance by far to me, where he was always right there. My defensive range is so good. You whispering them bitches by my nose, bro, right here. But I'm so good with it that I'm also in range offensively to where once you miss, I'm still right here and I can make you pay. Too many times recently.
But you just
too many
times.
Too many times. I didn't say he don't have that ability. I said he's been struggling with it.
No,
he's been struggling with it, bro.
No,
he has been struggling with it.
Range. You just said that he only understands range from a defensive standpoint, and I told you that he does it from an offensive standpoint as well. And you told me that he doesn't. And now you just brought up,
bro. He has not been doing it lately, bro.
You just gave me a core example of a time where he was able to, where he showed that he understands range.
And what year was that, bro?
What year was that?
Did he fight?
Who gives a fuck?
If you show it, you got it. It don't matter what time frame it was.
I thought boxing was a what have you done for me lately sport.
Bro,
right?
It's not.
When was the Jamel Herring fight, bro?
Seem like he was strictly defensive and he got outlanded. Did he get outlanded in any of those fights that you criticized?
No, he didn't get outlanded.
All right,
I didn't say that.
So he understands. He's doing enough to win these fights. And he's outlanded these dudes.
No, that's not the argument. You literally move until he's doing enough to win the fights. That's not what I'm saying, bro.
No, I'm not. What I'm saying is, obviously, he's not struggling with his range offensively to the point where he's getting outlanded. So if he's outlanding these guys, not only does he understand his range defensively, but he understands his distance offensively as well. That's what I'm trying to say. But he's trying to what he's trying to do right now is he's trying to talk about other shit. Why some said, when did this happen? This was a year ago. My boy Reese sent me in for the kill. So you know what I mean? When niggas send the hit, you know, you gotta fulfill the duty. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
Offense enough. Understanding his range enough from an offensive aspect to win these fights and outland these dudes without getting hit. That's what I'm telling you.
But he's not doing it enough at a high enough level.
He's doing it enough to win. You keep
that's fine, bro. If you're cool with him just winning, then bro,
Lara did it
by all means, do your thing. If you're cool with him doing it just to win, what I'm trying to tell you,
that's what it's about.
And the point I'm making. That's what it's about. If you don't want to be a star, do your thing. I'm saying to you is,
no nigga want to talk about being a star and all this shit, bro. This nigga, bro. I swear to God. Now, you see how he keep moving to different things? Oh my God. Like this nigga don't know how to stick to the script. When he know he losing in this main department, he trying to get me to talk about something else. So what he want me to talk about right now is, oh, Shakur is a star. Oh, Shakur is a star. No, nigga. I don't give a fuck to talk about none of that. You made this point. I'm telling you wrong for that. And instead of admitting that you were wrong about that, you want to talk about other shit to avoid accountability. Nah, nigga. We don't do that shit over here, nigga. Fuck is you talking about?
Let me get my thought out. Mazuma.
He's going to get whatever he wants as long as he continues to win.
Let me get my thought out.
That's what it's about.
Repeat what I said, right? Repeat what I said. Did you hear what I said, Slime?
Nah, I didn't even hear him because he was chatting.
No, I said Shakur gonna get what the fuck did I just say? I said that he gonna get whatever he wants as long as he wins. What he got coming up? What he got coming up?
A championship fight with Teofimo.
The biggest fight of his career, right?
Facts.
All right then. So that shit aged pretty well a year later, right?
No bullshit.
Let me get my thought out. What I'm saying to you is that the last time I seen him be great both ways, making you miss and making you pay, and not leaned heavily towards just making somebody miss, was the Jamel Herring fight. Recently, to my eye, he's been doing much more, making people miss, but not making them pay enough. That's all I'm saying to you.
Key word, enough, because I already done proved him wrong in terms of he's making them pay. Obviously, if he's outlanding these motherfuckers, right? He's making them pay. So what he's saying is, he went from saying that he doesn't understand range offensively to he's not making them pay enough.
Right?
But yeah, like that's him moving the goalposts. You gotta pay attention to the wording that he's doing, because initially he started with he doesn't understand range offensively. So when that gets shot down and that's getting proved wrong, and he contradicted himself because he said that the Jamel Herring fight he actually showed great range offensively, right?
But he said that was his best performance.
He shot himself in the foot. But you just said, but you literally just said that he doesn't do that well. But you just brought, but how many years ago was that? It's like, nigga, why you talking? No, bro, we not talking about time frames and none of that. You said that he doesn't have an understanding of this, right?
Right.
You bring up, you shoot your own self in the foot by bringing up a time where he did showcase that. So now you're talking about how long ago it was, and I thought boxing was what have you done for me lately? Then he starts talking about, oh man, and I said, bro, he outlanding these motherfuckers. He know enough about range offensively to get these punches off. You see what I'm saying? He's like, oh well, he's not doing it enough. I mean, if he wants to settle for that, then he'll never be a star. And I told this nigga, as long as he's winning, he's gonna get whatever he wants. You know how many boring fighters, these quote unquote boring fighters, made it to the fucking top of the totem pole just by winning?
Nah,
Like,
facts,
come on, bro. As long as you win it, you're gonna get to the top.
Bro, this nigga don't seem to understand.
Go ahead. What you think?
That nigga don't seem to understand that, bro. Cause he's literally
he understands it, bro. Yo, he not stupid, bro. He understands it. He just doesn't want to admit it because he's trying to push a certain narrative. Because a lot of the niggas that sub to his channel, they don't fuck with Shakur. You gotta understand, he's Tank first, right? He's Tank first, so he's gonna.
He a Tank fan.
Yeah.
That's all I needed to know.
Okay, yeah. So he's trying to diminish everybody that seems to be his competitor or happens to be around him.
Right.
He was bigging up Abdullah Mason, but he understands that Abdullah Mason and Tank, they're in two different parts of their careers right now, and they'll most likely never face each other. You got to pay attention to the shit he's doing. A lot of this shit is calculated, but at the same time, it's see-through. You know what I mean? We see the bullshit. So let me see.
To me, recently, understanding the perfect distance like he did against Jamel Herring, to where I can still make you miss, but I'm going to always be right here to make you pay. That's what I'm saying to you recently.
And I remember this clear as day. While he's talking, I don't give a fuck about nothing he's talking about. I'm pulling up the stats because numbers don't fucking lie.
He needs to understand this. He needs to understand this. You can't just sit there and do that against every single fucking fighter because niggas will smoke you doing that shit. Styles make fights, bro. On dogs.
Yeah.
That's not the argument.
So I'm typing. I'm looking for stats right now.
Argument to make.
That's what I'm doing.
I'm saying recently he's been struggling with being in distance to where when he makes somebody miss, he can make them pay just as deadly, just as accurately, just as accurately. Pay attention to that. So he's questioning Shakur Stevens' accuracy. Now watch this. Did previously, bro. I'll even say the Yoshino fight, which is a low-level opponent. But the Yoshino fight was a good performance where he did what? Stayed right there in the pocket with him almost, made him miss.
Almost,
every time Yoshino made a mistake, he taxed his ass. Yoshino, you fuck up, I'm taxing you. He hasn't been doing that in his most recent performances, bro. That's not even up for debate. That's it. That's all, bro. That's what I'm saying, fam.
So you saying that he's been struggling to find his range offensively. So based off of that, then he should be missing a lot, right? He should be missing a lot of his punches based off of that, right?
No.
How?
How? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? How could you struggle with your range offensively and not miss? Because everybody I know, if they having trouble finding the range, that means they can't touch their fucking opponent. What the fuck? Like, what are you talking about? Because if I wasn't struggling offensively, that means I'm getting off on a nigga. I'm landing, right?
Right.
They go hand in hand, my nigga. What are you talking about?
He should be missing a lot of his punches based off of that, right?
No.
How isn't it? If you're struggling with your range offensively, that means that you're not in range to land your punches. That based off of that, you should be missing your shot.
No,
right?
That's not what that means. It can mean a bunch of things, right? It could mean what you just said. It could also mean you're not letting your hands go. That's not all it means, bro. Come on.
If you're struggling with your range offensively.
If you're struggling with your range offensively, it could mean what you said, which is you're missing punches, so you're not as accurate. It could also mean, which is Shakur's problem, you're not letting your hands go as much.
Bro, if he's not letting his hands go, then there's no way to definitively say he's struggling with his range.
Right. Bro, this nigga's an idiot.
Like, there's no way for you to tell that just sound like a nigga shy. It just sound like a nigga gun shy. You see what I'm saying? There's no way. That's like saying, like for instance, you'll never know if a nigga's a great 3-point shooter if he's not pulling the fucking jump shot. You see what I'm saying? So how could you say a nigga is struggling offensively? And one of the ways that you know that he's struggling offensively, he's not letting his hands go. Nigga, that just means he gunshot. I don't mean he's struggling with his offense. Like he's not initiating it. So how could you say that?
Like, for example, if we seeing Jason Tatum one game, he's throwing dimes from the 3-point line, just forcing it, bang, bang, bang all night, right? And then one game, and then the rest of the season, he's just going for layups and shit, not even shooting three. Niggas can't really say he's struggling for 3-pointers when he's not even shooting the shit.
Right. So how could you say that he's struggling from 3-point range? Because he resorting to layups?
Right. Like that's not.
That shit don't even make sense. The nigga's an
right.
idiot, bro. This nigga's an idiot. This is y'all king. This is y'all king.
Bro, if that's the debate, king,
do you struggle at getting bitches if you never spoke to them? No, that just means you scared of them.
Right.
That's all that means. Now, if I'm talking to bitches and they like, man, fuck out of here. That means you struggling with bitches.
Bro,
but if you ain't talking to them, that just means you scared money. You ain't taking a chance.
Bro, I'm not gonna say no names, but I got a homie who older than me who's still a virgin.
Yeah. So it's like there's a bunch of them, bro. You'd be surprised. But let's hear this nigga, bro.
Don't got nothing to do with that.
Yes, it do, bro.
You not letting your hands go does not have anything to do with you struggling with your range offensively. Range is how close you are to your opponent. If you're struggling with your range offensively, that means that you are having trouble gauging where your opponent is while you're throwing punches. That's exactly what that means. How do you not know that?
Can Shakur box?
Absolutely.
If Shakur is out of range,
there's not many people in this world that can box like Shakur.
If Shakur is not in range to hit you, will he let his hands go?
Nobody will. Who will be out of range to let their hands go?
Stupid fighters do. That's how they get countered. Stupid fighters will. That's how they get countered. He's not stupid. So if Shakur is not going to let his hands go unless he's in range, and he's not letting his hands go as much, wouldn't that mean that he's struggling with his range?
I can't tell because looking at these punch stats right here, he landed 44% of his power punches.
Cool. How many he throw?
Whoo! Look. Let me sip on my water. Let me slip on my water so I can have time to think.
Is that nigga sipping a martini?
That nigga got look, he's sipping out the wrong cup too. Look, he got a motherfucking water jug right next to him, but he picked up the other one. He was like, I need some hard liquor for this nigga.
That nigga said, I need some fancy water.
Put out the switcheroo on me. He said, oh shit, this nigga brought out numbers.
Wouldn't that mean that he's struggling with his range?
Let me hear that again.
And he's not letting his hands. Corey's not going to let his hands go unless he's in range. And he's not letting his hands go as much. Wouldn't that mean that he's struggling with his range?
I can't tell because looking at these punch stats right here, he landed 44% of his power punches.
Cool. How many he threw?
He threw 284 and landed 126.
What fight was that?
His last fight. So if you landed 44% of your punches, yes.
Okay, cool. Pull up the numbers for Jamel Herring.
I don't need to pull that up. We talking for
Why not?
For what?
Why not?
You said, what have we done for me lately? So
you got your Google, pull up the numbers.
What have we done for me lately?
You use his own words against him. Good shit.
What have you done for me lately? Because when we brought up, because when I say, oh, Jamel Herring, but how long ago was that? So then when I fucking bring up some recent shit, you talk about, oh, bring up the Jamel Herring numbers. Why? I thought it was boxing. What has boxing done for me lately, nigga? Come on, dog. This y'all king. This is nigga. Man, that nigga KO, that's a bad motherfucker, man. Man, that nigga could debate anybody, man. Man, that nigga had me feeling like one way. Then when I heard KO, man, I just started agreeing with KO. Man, get the fuck out of here, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. Nigga, this easy work, nigga. And you know
what's funny?
This long chin dickhead ain't never throw a fucking punch in his life. This faggot ass nigga just be sitting at his table, you know what I mean, making up these bullshit ass points. And then because he be saying it with such cadence, with such energy, with such delivery, niggas just be believing him. Nigga, you are a fucking square, nigga. And ain't nobody buying that shit you selling, you hoe ass nigga.
You know what's funny? Like a lot of niggas that follow him just be brainwashed by the shit he's saying just because he said confidently.
And they come over here and they get smoked. Then they come over here and they get smoked, nigga.
Just because a nigga say something with confidence don't mean he's right.
Yeah, you peep this whole ass nigga don't want. And listen, I came on his channel, right? Look at the channel. Look at it. Knockout boxing. That's him, right?
Mm-hmm.
About to have 20K subs. Shout out to him. It is what it is. I can't knock the nigga hustle. He ain't never come on my channel. Never came on my channel. That nigga came. He wrote comments and he dipped. Nigga ain't never come to my channel talking crazy, nigga.
Cause he gonna get embarrassed, bro.
Said too, nigga. I brought it up yesterday. You talking about when we speak, it's gonna be some straightening, nigga. I wish you would, nigga. I wish you would. Fuck is you talking about? Anyways, let's go ahead.
For Jamel Herring.
Why do I have to do that?
Because I don't even have it. I bet you let his hands go a lot more, and the fight wasn't as long.
Know that you lighten dude up. 44% lets me know that
your
understanding of your range off
no, it don't.
pretty well.
No, it don't.
Yes, you do. Yes, it do.
Pull up the Jamel Herring fight. The Jamel Herring fight was what, 10 rounds?
But you're not criticizing the Jamel Herring fight. You're criticizing the
Haratoon fight. Because in the Jamel Herring fight, I guarantee you he let his hands go a lot more.
And
I don't even have it in front of me. Pull it up.
You keep bringing up the old fights. You keep bringing up old shit to fall back on. You talking about the Haratoon fight. You talking about the Haratoon fight that he was struggling to find his range offensively. How the fuck is he doing that if he's landing 44% of his power shots? How the fuck is he not doing that if Terrence Crawford told him you need to jab in and you wasn't letting your hands go, but your feet was moving? How is he not doing that if his own trainer telling him to let his hands go? So you know more than him. You know more than Terrence Crawford. Huh?
You know more than Terrence Crawford?
I never said I did, but Terrence Crawford never said that he was out of range offensively, that he struggled with his range offensively.
He said he wasn't letting his hands go.
Right? Okay, but that has nothing, bro. You could be in range and still not let your hands go. There's been plenty of opportunities that Arden was standing right in front of Shakur, and Shakur did not let his hands go. That has nothing to do with being out of range offensively.
That's just you being he wasn't comfortable. He wasn't comfortable with the range.
No,
in my opinion,
did not want to let his hands go. The nigga sat back.
He wasn't comfortable with the range that he was up.
He had his hands on ice, bro. You could be in range and still not let your hands go. I've seen it happen.
Are you gonna pull up those Jamel Herring
offensive fighters?
And I brought up Adrian Broner. I seen Adrian Broner in range with a few niggas, and still wouldn't let his hands go. I seen niggas that was sitting right in front of Adrian Broner, head on the center line and all. Nigga would not let his hands go. Does that mean that he's struggling with his range? No, you fucking dummy. That mean the nigga just got his hands in his pocket and he don't want to let him go. That's not what we was talking about. Now, we was having this conversation where we talking about, yo, you know what I mean?
A perfect example.
Gunshot, man. Motherfucker be having his hands in his pocket. He don't be wanting to let his hands go. All right, that's a different conversation. I'm like, yeah, you definitely right. We wouldn't have had a debate. This wouldn't have been a conversation.
Yo, a perfect example of struggling finding your range offensively is Fulton versus what was this nigga's name? Fucking Shockey. Yeah.
Dad was a nigga who struggled to find his range.
Yeah, Dad's struggling to find your range.
Because Stephen Fulton was throwing, but guess what? The nigga was missing.
He literally got
he could not
masterclass.
Yeah, and that
I'm gonna watch that fight later.
Listen, that was somebody who struggled to find a range. The nigga was.
Facts.
It got to the point where, and you know what's another one? The third fight with Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. That's another one. Amanda Serrano was just throwing 1-2s because she literally she couldn't establish her range offensively, so she was just putting her hands out there and just make it look like she was busy. You feel what I'm saying? Like literally. That's examples. A nigga could, you could be standing right in front of me, and I could I see the opportunity, and I could really shoot the shot, but I'm choosing not to. That doesn't mean that you're not within my range for me to hit you, sir. That just means that for some strange reason, whether it's your power, whether it's my hands are hurt, like Shakur Stevenson has had in the past, it could be a multitude of reasons why he's being economical with his punches. Being economical and struggling with your range offensively is not the same thing. They could go together in some instances, but they are not the same.
Another great example is Alan Picasso and this nigga. Anyway.
Yep. Let's continue on.
I've seen it happen with Floyd. When Floyd was in range, he could have stopped Andre Berto. He was in range to let his man go.
Are you gonna pull up the Jamel Herring numbers
and got the dub? Back and got the dub.
Are you gonna pull up the Jamel Herring numbers or not?
For what? You can pull it up. You shit right there. Pull it up.
No, I don't need Google, bro.
So what's the stats then? Tell me.
No, I don't need to know the stats. I'm making the guess.
So why you bring it up?
Because that right there just confirmed that he was mad as shit that I brought up the numbers.
Bro, he was sick,
I don't need
bro.
Google. Like he too good to look up numbers.
He's like, I don't need Google.
Like,
I don't need to know the numbers.
God forbid that I look up numbers to back up my case. I think that's what knowledgeable people do. Have you ever wrote an essay before, you dumbass nigga? I don't know if you ever wrote an essay before, but you got to make a point. You need to cite your sources to back up that point and then wrap it all together to make a paragraph. That's what the fuck I did in high school, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I did that in college too for the little bit of time I was in there. That's how I approach my boxing talk. I state something that's going on in the sport of boxing. I always share what I be saying. I'm gonna share the screen for the people to see. I give you guys the information right there, and I formulate an opinion based off of the information that is given to us. That's quality boxing talk. Niggas be going like this. The shooting blindly, don't even know what the fuck they be talking about. Just to get some niggas to fucking just to make some viral titles and get some views. That's whole shit. Niggas don't do that.
Right. If you're gonna speak with some facts.
Right. Or at least have something solid behind you to back your opinion. Because I've been wrong before. Like I was just wrong with Dalton Smith and Sue Burrell.
Fact.
But I gave you guys valid reasons as to why I believed what I believed. Like this nigga right here, this nigga doesn't use facts to back up his opinion. I asked this nigga why he feels like Abdullah will beat Shakur. He said, because it's just what I believe. I've been watching boxing a long time. What? And this nigga, a grown ass man, he older than me, bro. I know for a fact that he older.
Hey, that's the people's debate king, bro. You know, you gotta respect it.
None of that shit. And I don't respect none of these niggas that be backing his play. Y'all niggas hoes.
No, dog.
And I shoot it up with all y'all niggas on it. I give all y'all niggas a fair one on YouTube, nigga. Anybody that want to come through and try to defend this fuck nigga, come see me, nigga. I'll be on live every fucking day, basically. Yeah, I'm not hard to find. Fuck is you talking about? Anyways, let's proceed.
Because I want to see if you're gonna pull up all numbers or you just gonna try to pull up numbers and try to make your point.
Bro, you were criticizing this performance. That's strictly why I pulled up this one. You're not criticizing the Jamel Herring performance. You giving him props for the Jamel Herring performance.
I'm criticizing his performance. He criticized his own performance.
That's why we here, stupid ass. You talking about I'm criticizing his performance? Yeah, nigga, that's why I'm on your channel talking to you about it. You fucking dummy. Why else would I be here?
Bro, that nigga look easy to draw.
Performance. He criticized his own. He criticized his own performance. Terrence Crawford criticized his performance. Andre Ward,
and
they were critical of
performance. Bro, and I criticized his
performance. So if you criticize his performance and I criticize his performance, what the fuck are we talking about?
Bro, I'm attacking the main point that you just said.
What the fuck are we talking about, bro? How many times? If you're critical and I'm critical, what the fuck are we talking about, bro?
We criticizing different things, dickhead. That's what it is. The fuck is you talking about, nigga? We criticizing different things. See, he did that just so I could fall back off of that point. So he be like, you know what? Because what he wanted me to do was be like, you know what? What he wanted me to do was join him with the Shakur Stevenson criticism. You know what I'm saying? He wanted me to fall back. That was his exit right there. Pay attention to what he's doing, y'all. Y'all got to really think about this shit. He was like, damn, like this nigga got me up against the wall. Pause. You feel what I'm saying? He like, what the fuck I'm about to do? So right there, that was him waving the white flag.
You know what I'm gonna do?
He like, if I'm criticizing Shakur and you criticize Shakur, why don't we just leave this all alone? Because I don't want to do this anymore.
I'm about to have just ChatGPT. I'm about to have ChatGPT put that nigga in a dress.
Hey, leave that shit alone, bro. He looked like he'll sue niggas.
What the fuck you gonna sue me for?
Let me see it. I don't remember how this shit closed out. I don't even remember how I left the live. Let me see it. Did he kick me out?
Talking about, bro? How many times? If you're critical and I'm critical, what the fuck we talking about, bro?
Yo, my man, you talking in circles because I'm literally sticking to this one topic and you want to talk about everything else. You said that this man struggles with his range offensively. And the main thing I'm attacking is that point right there and showing you that you are incorrect. You are incorrect.
So
Straight
you
like
don't
that.
think
If you land 44% of your power punches, that's damn near half of the punches you landed. Half of the punches you let go landed. You're not struggling offensively.
and
with
if
your
you
range,
and
bro.
if yes
You're
you
not.
are. If you're not
You're
throwing,
not.
if you're throwing
Yo.
way less.
Regis Prograis, when he fought Devin Haney, he struggled with finding his range offensively.
That was another great one.
Yup.
That was another great one. God damn it, Marcus. You are sharp.
Let's
You's
go,
a sharp motherfucker.
Let's go, champ.
You's a sharp motherfucker.
Hit him with the let's go, champ, right quick.
I'm the champ, and you the joke. I'm the champ, and you the joke.
All this fucking debate king shit, nigga. I'm about to tell you something right now. As soon as they see this video, this is what they gonna tell you, nigga. This one right here.
Yeah!
That nigga the fuck up out of here. That nigga fucking cornball, nigga. Fuck you talking about, nigga? And if you ever want to do that straightening that shit you was
So I
talking
got like
about, nigga.
$70,000 in my pocket. If you body me, you can take the money.
Bro, I
Right
bet you
now.
I'll beat his ass,
I
bro.
hate you, nigga. Let's die.
Let's go, champ. That's right. The real champ. Look at you. You up there shivering. Let's go, champ.
Fuck is you talking about, hoe ass nigga? We ain't even finished yet. Look at he mad as shit. He looking at that screen like, oh, this nigga, man. Look at him, hoe ass.
He's in disbelief. He's bamboozled.
Yo, bro, when he picked up that cup and he drank from that John, I knew I had him.
That nigga said,
This
who?
nigga brought up numbers. He said, who? Nigga said, who?
Fact. Shakur Stevenson doesn't have those problems. He's never had that. He never had
He
that.
does
problem
have that
career.
problem.
There's a
If he
difference
had, if he
between
had,
being
that, if he
gun-shy.
didn't have that
Yo,
problem,
there's a difference between
if he did
being
not have
gun-shy,
that
not
problem,
letting your
he
hands
would be
go,
letting
and
his
struggling
hands
to
go,
find your
bro.
range offensively. You're misinterpreting the two.
No, I'm not. Not at all.
Yo, yes, you are.
Because
Yes, you
there
are.
are two.
Bro, there's
There
a
are two
difference
things.
between
There are
being
two things that can
gun-shy.
happen. There are
Huh?
two things that can happen, Mazuma. You can, if you're struggling with range, you can either not punch as much because you're struggling to find your range, or you cannot be as accurate. Either one of them can be true.
Shakur Stevenson was accurate. He was
But he
accurate.
wasn't letting his hands go as much.
But it wasn't because he was out of range offensively. He just chose to not let his hands go.
He wasn't comfortable with the
same
range,
thing.
bro.
That is not the same thing.
He wasn't comfortable with the range. If he was comfortable with
Bro,
the range
he
and how
was
he
right-
felt in the
Arnold
fight, he
was
would have
right
threw
in
the
front of
punches,
him.
bro.
Arnold was right in front of him. He was not struggling with the range.
All right.
He wasn't.
He
He
was
wasn't.
not struggling,
44% of your
comfortable,
power
whatever
punches,
you
trust
want
me,
to say.
Range is not a
He
problem.
was not comfortable enough with the
Okay.
range to let his hands go, bro. That's all I'm
That
telling
wasn't
you.
what he was uncomfortable with. His range was not what he was uncomfortable with. I promise you that. I promise you
How
that.
you know? How you
Huh?
know? How you know?
Because he landed 44% of his punches. He ain't had no trouble hitting the motherfuckers, so he ain't had
So-
no range problems.
So if you
He had no
accurate,
range problems.
you ain't
hit the
struggling with the
motherfucker whenever
range.
you want to. You're not struggling. You're not struggling.
But if you're not letting your hands go as much as you know you could, you're not comfortable with the range, bro.
Bro,
Why is
but if
this
you're
so hard?
outland- Bro, there's always room for improvement. I agree with you that Shakur didn't let his hands go enough, but what we're talking about is him struggling with his range offensively. I keep going back to the same point. You keep talking about all this other shit. He's not struggling with his range offensively. Facts, he's not.
Bro,
problem
he
is
is
he chose to not
he is
let his
struggling.
hands go.
He is struggling to be comfortable with his range, to let his
No, he's
hands go.
not.
He's
No, he's
struggling.
not. How?
He's struggling with.
How?
He's struggling
How?
by not letting his hands go as much, bro.
Bro, it's because he chose not to let his hands go. He probably got something up here.
So
going
he
on
just
where
he
don't
just
wanna let his
chose not to
go.
let his
It has
hands go.
nothing to do with his
The
range.
nigga just chose not to let his hands go. He was
Of
comfortable
course.
with the range.
course.
He
Of
was
course. That's
comfortable with
exactly
the
what
range.
happened.
He was in the right
That's
fucking
exactly
range,
what
and
happened.
just something in his mind, he's just like, I don't want to no punch.
What was Haratunya doing that Shakur was struggling with his range? What was he doing? He was standing right in front of him. How the fuck he struggling with his range?
He's quiet. He's quiet.
He did not answer that right away. Look.
His range. What was he doing?
I don't want to no punch.
What was Haratunya doing that Shakur was struggling with his range? What was he doing?
What's that song? The darkness, my friend. What's that?
Hello, darkness, my old friend. That nigga heard, let me know.
You like the way I do whatever I This shit a layup, nigga. This like an easy Euro step past the nigga. This shit easy work, bro. Like, I don't even know how niggas be struggling with this nigga. He's a fucking goofy, bro.
That's a bad job.
He sounds smart to dumb niggas.
Dead ass.
Dead ass.
He was standing right in front of him. How the fuck he struggling with his range?
First of all, Artem, I can't say his last name. Artem was moving around. Sometimes he would come at Shakur. Sometimes he would move around laterally when Shakur got him hurt.
Oh.
He did a lot of different shit in there, bro. What are you talking about?
Bro, there was
He didn't fight one way.
Kenny Ellis.
He wasn't standing in front of Shakur the whole fight. Why the fuck you think Shakur said he need?
Coach Kenny Ellis said the same thing, that Artem was in front of him a good majority of that 12-round fight. Range was not the problem. Shakur strictly
He was in front of him. He also moved around, bro. He didn't stand in front of Shakur the whole fight, bro.
Listen, man, a fighter being economical with their punches doesn't equate to.
No, you almost said it right. You almost said it right. You almost said it right. What you was about to say was it doesn't necessarily mean he's struggling with the range. What you would be correct with. Yeah, what you would be correct with. But what also is that means that it's not necessarily untrue. The fact is, you can struggle with your range,
but I'm asking
and
you
still
how.
be accurate.
I'm asking you how. Like how
because
you know that
because
he's struggling with the range?
you're not comfortable letting your hands go.
It wasn't like Artem was giving him any like much in and out movement. Like he had some good feints here and there, but it wasn't like the key.
Whatever feints Artem was using, whatever punches Artem was throwing.
Yeah, but it wasn't
whatever defense Artem was using.
Theme.
Bro, listen.
It wasn't a consistent theme.
Listen, bro. Whatever punches Artem was throwing, whatever feints he was using, whatever strategy he had to try to throw the right hand, to try to go to the body.
By the way, read the one who sent me over there, right? Read the one who sent me over there. He said, man, I don't like what this nigga talking about, bro. Get on his channel and fry this nigga. I'm like, bet. I ain't had nothing else to do. So I went up.
Did you go live? Did you go live that night?
I don't even remember, bro. That was a long time ago. This was like, I don't even know what date this was. When was this? July 17th of 2024.
Holy shit.
Yeah, nigga, this shit old, bro. He been feeling the way about me since then. Cause I be making fun of his underbite and shit like that. He got mad that I was making fun of his chin. Like, saying like, I mean, it is what it is. See, listen, shout out to my niggas that got underbites, bro. But if you go, there ain't no reason for you to be talking as much as you do if your fucking bottom row of teeth go over your top. Like if y'all niggas doing that, like if your shit standing out like this, looking like Bubba Gump and shit, like my nigga, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit you talking about.
That's what we're doing now.
What?
That's what. Okay. That's what we're doing. Okay, we're talking shit about niggas with underbites. My fault, bro. My fault, OG. My fault.
I'm talking about niggas like him. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to talk so crazy, but your shit looking like that, bro. It's like, all right, bro. This nigga got a whole crimson chin. Trying to tell niggas about boxing. Nigga, get the fuck up out of here, nigga. You ain't even come up in boxing, hoe ass nigga. Fuck is
Man,
you
nigga just wants to chat.
You ain't right for boxing. You ain't do no media coverage with boxing. Nigga, you just a fucking dumbass nigga. And I see you got a Cowboys coat behind you, so I know you's a fucking loser, nigga. I know you's a fucking loser. Y'all niggas, don't nobody win over there, and you ain't win this joint. Fuck is you talking about? Let me see what them comments said. Look. Watching adults come on and complain that Shakur is being attacked is so sad. Let me see. KO was down on the scorecards, but he came back, and I have it as a draw. What? This is me being unbiased. I still got KO over everybody. Want to see the Mazuma rematch? It's like, what, nigga? I was trying to see the rematch if you felt like your guy won. I mean, no, he didn't even say his guy won. You have it as a draw. Nigga, stop it. Nigga wasn't
have it as a draw is hilarious.
Yeah, he didn't even, his own mans ain't even want to admit that his man's lost. There was like a live chat replay too. Damn. I think he blocked me because I can't see that panel. But whatever.
Whatever he was doing.
Oh shit, it's
made
right
it
here.
To where Shakur Stevenson wasn't comfortable with the range to let his hands go.
Yo, look,
whatever he was doing.
Somebody left a great comment. BB King. BB King said Shakur literally said Artem had power, and that let us know that he was scared to throw. So maybe Artem having some type of crack was the reason why he was being economical, not because he was struggling with his range offensively. There's so many different factors. If Shakur Stevens is saying that motherfucker got popped, maybe he was like, I'm not trying to get hit by the motherfucker. He probably took a scary approach and was like, yo, I'm gonna pick my moments and get the fuck up out the way. Or, you know, I'm gonna just sit here and watch him, throw shots in between and make him reset. You know what I'm saying? The struggling with the offensive range is not true, my brother. I'm sorry. But I feel like we should go back to the Abdullah Mason topic.
Hold on, we can, but I don't care about the comments, bro.
Yo, nigga was getting cooked so bad. This nigga said, fuck his chat. Yo, listen, y'all. If I lose a debate, it is what it is. I would have had no problem admitting that. You feel what I mean? It's just a fucking debate. It's not that serious. You feel what I'm saying? It's boxing talk. If a nigga got a better point than me, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'll be like, you know what? You made a great point. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see it that way. You feel me? Maybe I just didn't see it that way. But I would never tell it. Yo, I can tell y'all from the bottom of my heart, I would never say that I don't care about the chat. That goes for Slime, Coffee, Lorenzo, J Cash, Des, whoever the fuck is in the building. Whoever's in the building, Agent 86, Anonymous, I would never say I don't care about what the chat says. Y'all the reason why the channel is going where it's going. So why the fuck would I sit here and be like, man, that's basically saying fuck my subs.
Right. He's
like, I don't care about that, bro. You don't care about the niggas who's watching your shit because you getting fried that bad on your own live. That's some whole shit. Like I said, let's say I went up against Mazuma TV, right? And this nigga Mazuma, he just get off on me. I'm like, yo, you know what? He got me. I'm just glad that we had this talk because that was great content for the channel.
Right, you learn something new every day.
Right, and I don't know it all. But what I love to do is show know-it-all niggas that they don't know shit. That's what I love to do. Whether it's in the gym, whether it's coaches that I go up against, whether it's parents that think that they coaches, whether it's niggas that be on this internet talking bullshit. I love bringing niggas that motherfucking humble pie. Let's go, champ. Let me hear this shit. Let me see how this shit closed out. I think after this, he didn't want to talk no more.
I know what I'm looking at. And what I'm telling you is I'm not even
people. Those your people.
I'm not, bro.
BB King is the homie. Those your people.
Bro, I don't care nothing about that, bro. You can pick out whatever. You can pick out a bunch of comments that's riding with me. Riding me too. I mean, I got a lot of mine, bro. That's cool. Do your thing. What I'm telling you is this, bro. At the end of the day, when you talk about range, you can have a bunch of different reasons why a fighter will be uncomfortable, and a bunch of different factors as to why the fighter not letting their hands.
Oh, look, you can decide
that the range you don't feel comfortable with it because maybe in that range the motherfucker got a little bit more crack than you think. You can decide that in the range you don't feel comfortable with it because maybe the motherfucker longer than you thought he was. Maybe his feet are faster than what you thought they was. At the end of the day, he was not comfortable with the range to let his hands go. He wasn't comfortable, bro. If he was comfortable, he would throw way more punches. Of course, he's a gifted. He wasn't comfortable. He is a gifted fucking fighter, bro. So if he is in his bag and fully comfortable with the range and what's in front of him, bro, he is gonna turn up on a motherfucker, right? But whatever it was, he couldn't get comfortable enough. Whether it was his inability to cut off the ring, which he spoke on, whether it was his inability to feel comfortable when Artem was in there throwing punches up close, whatever it was, he couldn't find the right range to comfortably let his hands go enough. Because when Artem was on his back foot moving around, Shakur couldn't find the range to cut him off. So he couldn't let his fucking hands go. When Artem was up close, trying to throw overhand rights, that range was a little too close for comfort for Shakur. So I'm gonna just be defensive. Because in this range, his power a little bit too much. He couldn't fuck with the range, bro.
Okay.
It is what it is, man.
No shit changed, bro. That's exactly what I said. What I just said is what I just said on this live, and you're back. I said, okay. Like, nigga, because it's like, bro, we not about to, like, talking to this nigga is like talking to a bitter bitch.
Miguel.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. Like,
It's
all
like,
right,
it's
nigga.
like talking to Miguel about Tank, bro.
I done shot down that point. I don't know how many times. I'm not about to keep repeating myself, bro.
If I land 44% of my power punches, it can't nobody tell me I'm struggling with my fucking range. I just know
I land 44% of my power punches, and I'm throwing half as much as I usually throw. I'm probably uncomfortable with the range. Probably so. What other topic you want to talk about?
No, the main one we was talking about, Abdullah Mason.
Go ahead. Let me catch your super chats though. Shout out Drink More Water with the 5 pieces in super chat. Hey, Mason stops Artem. I believe so. I'd love to see that fight though. Love to have a comparison. Shout out Omega Red with the 2 piece in the super chat. Why stop doing a winning tactic? No, he shouldn't stop doing it. He should stop giving a fuck what people say about him, bro.
You the one who's saying shit about him, though. What the fuck? Look at my face. Look at my face on the video. Like, nigga, you the one who's saying shit about him.
That's a bad job.
Like, here's the thing, Omega Red. If you care what people think, you got 2 options if you Shakur. Keep fighting how you fighting, because you racking up wins. Or if you care and you worried about all your critics, change the way you fighting. Because people ain't
change the way you fight and get clipped so fans
can tell you
that you stupid.
I'm responding to my super chat, bro. Either or,
I'm just adding on.
Either or, Omega Red. I think he should just keep doing what he shouldn't give a fuck what people say, bro. At all. But he's caring too much,
bro.
Stop promising nothing.
He was heated, bro.
He was salty as shit.
He didn't want me on the live no more. That's why I'm laughing.
And he said, "Hold on, I'm talking to my fans, bro."
Yeah, the ones I said I don't give a fuck about. Yeah,
knockouts before your fights. Shit sound dumb coming from somebody with a 40-something% knockout percentage. Tunnel Vision with the 5 piece in the super chat. He said, Shakur only landed a total of 170 punches per CompuBox.
Yo, look, Bella Faith said KO is correct here 100%. Yo, Bella, where the fuck Bella at?
Oh my God, yo, Bella, we're about to fry your ass.
Oh my God.
Where's Bella at?
Man, we gonna bring Bella back around whenever she, Like, what the fuck you mean he 100%? The nigga not saying nothing, bro. Like, it's common sense. Like, the fuck you mean?
And if Bella can't, Bella, what is
Bella in the building, bro? You gotta explain that.
No
I know
bullshit.
Since then, she probably don't even remember that shit. But what the fuck you mean? And listen, if you agree with him, then it is what it is. You know, I can't stop you from that. But it's like, tell me how he 100% correct. Tell me how. Like, he's not comfortable with the range. He's not comfortable with the range, and that's why he didn't let his hands go. The nigga threw over 100 punches and he landed 44% of them.
Yo, that nigga Miguel came in the chat, seen you was frying his daddy and left.
He was on?
Yeah, he was in the chat. He was in the chat commenting.
For real? I didn't even see the nigga.
Yeah, then you seen you was frying his daddy, and you feel me? And
what'd he say?
He said, just got here, some shit like that.
Oh, I don't
he said he just came in. What's going on?
Oh wow. Let me see how this closes.
126 power punches landed. That man is alive. Shout out my homie.
I got the ESPN website right here. I said power punches. You talking about power punches? Everything.
It's cool. What else you got, bro?
What else you got?
Hold on, real quick. No, I was saying the Abdullah Mason topic because I want to get into a few things as to why. Well, not a few things. I'm about to actually go on my own live in a little bit, but what I was saying was just based off of like what you see with Abdullah Mason. I mean, I'm looking through, who he's fought and stuff like that. I'm just trying to get an understanding of, like I said, you say you've been watching boxing for a while. I've been in boxing for a while. I done competed. I coached. You know what I mean? I matchmaking in the pros. I've managed pro fighters, all that good stuff. So looking at what's going on right now, I'm seeing Abdullah Mason. He's only literally had 3 8-rounders. You know what I'm saying? So, you trying to put him on the level of guys that's on like championship levels. Like, well, I just don't understand. Like, I understand he's talented and he's shining like a diamond every time he step out there and perform. But looking at the guys that he's been going up against, I just want to know, based off of you seeing them fight them, what makes you think that he's ready for the Shakurs or even the Artems? You know what I'm saying? I believe he could beat Artem, in due time and stuff like that. If they were to take the fight next, that'd be brilliant. You know what I mean? And if he was able to beat Artem, that'd be brilliant. But like, he's fighting guys like Luis LeBron and Ronald Ron and shit like that. What do you see in him fighting them dudes that makes you think he could compete with the top tier guys right now?
You just answered your own question real quick though. Before I tell you again, shout out my homie L Dub. I got some breaking news for y'all. In the chat, everybody smash the like button, run the likes up. The IBF has ordered Tim Tszyu versus Erickson Lubin. The fight is going to be September 22nd, and it's going down in Australia. Lubin is going to go down under, and he is going to fight Tim Tszyu in Australia September 22nd. Remember, I reported to y'all this morning it was either going to be Jesus Ramos or it was going to be Erickson Lubin. Looks like they got. I just hope that ring small than the motherfucker. Just ask for, if y'all got channels of EF to be the 154-pound champion. Go check out his website, ldboxing.com, for the latest and greatest news, bro. Shout out my homie Gino Martell. 5-piece, no biscuit, super chat. KO. Shakur, don't let it.
Look, I'm laughing because read the super chat.
Hands go, not because he's uncomfortable with range, but because he's afraid of getting hit, cutting off the ring. He literally runs. I think it's all of that, bro.
Yeah, Gino. Shout out
my homie Gino. I think it's all of that, bro. I think it's all of that. I think he's scared to get hit. I think he's struggling cutting off the ring because motherfuckers usually don't run for him. And he's in the range right now. That same range that he was comfortable with Jamel Herring, comfortable with Joed Gonzalez. He's in that same range.
Yo, somebody commented and said, "We ain't subbing, big dog." Talking about me. Yo, them niggas are sick as shit, bro. Listen, like, if y'all gotta back y'all mans, bro, back y'all mans. It's cool. But maybe Bella wasn't fucking with the channel all like that before that. Because Bella is somewhat new. She ain't been around that long. I mean,
with these
you
guys,
made
like,
Bella a
he's
fan
in the
after
same
this.
exact range, but he's not letting his hands go like he did against them because he's not comfortable with the range, bro. That's what I'm saying, Gino. Salute to you, bro. I appreciate your support. Now, back to you on the Abdullah Mason shit, bro. You answered your own question. It's because I see the talent. That's it. That's all, bro. I don't know what else you want me to say. It's the talent. It's the talent that I see.
So that's all you need to see to say that he could beat some top tier guy when he's literally haven't shown you anything. When boxing is a what have you done for me lately sport. I mean, all you need to see is the talent, and then all of a sudden you just sold.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. All right.
I mean, you can go check my track record. I was telling people about Jesse Ben Rodriguez in 2021.
They
turned out to be.
They sent me a fight offer for Jesse Rodriguez back in 2020 during the pandemic.
I ain't mad at it. You saved yourself on that one.
Yo, they
saved yourself on that one. That's bad, boy.
I'm gonna tell you this. No, it wasn't for me though. I'm not.
Oh,
it was one.
Well, your fighter
saved
himself on that one, bro.
They would have threw a couple more thousand my way. I'd have took it, but it is what it is. Jesse the man.
But all I'm giving you, bro, not to be braggadocious, but this ain't me being hyperbolic or no shit like that. But this is what I do, bro. Like I like the young talent. If I see something, I see something. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. But I've been telling people about Bam Rodriguez since 2021. I ain't picked him to lose the fight. Ain't been wrong yet. So yeah, that's why. It's like you answered. So it's really nothing to debate. You answer your own question. It ain't got nothing to do with resume. I mean, look, you named it yourself, bro. The dude got like what? What'd you say? 4 8-rounders?
3.
You say Abdullah got like a couple of 8-rounders and shit. He about to fight another 8-round on August 17th. He about to fight in Canada on August 17th on the Christian Mbile Sergey Derenchenko card. So it ain't got nothing to do with experience. That's not even a debate. I just think I see something there. Just like Jesse Ben Rodriguez didn't have no experience. Carlos Cuadras, multiple division champion, all that shit. Jesse Ben Rodriguez went in that ring and washed his ass. Sor Rungvisai knocked out Chocolatito, beat Chocolatito twice. One of the best little big man that we've had in the history of boxing. Beat him twice. Jesse Bam Rodriguez dog walked him. So when I'm picking people that I think will win the fight, bro, when I'm picking people that I think is gonna be that next one, it ain't got shit to do with experience, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. But I got,
so you
I
just
got somebody
guessing,
behind you.
dickhead.
Y'all go subscribe to Mazuma TV, man. Y'all go check out his content. Feel free to drop your link in the chat, bro. Rich, what up?
Man, what's going on with you? I ain't gonna hold you too long, but I'm just listening to the convo or whatever, and I ain't gonna argue with you about nothing. You know what you're saying about
before you go. Shout out Omega Red, bro, with the 5-piece in the super chat. I love
Let's see if
my
Bull
light
says
skin
something
brother.
about me.
Salute
Let's see if
Omega
Bull
Red.
says
You know you a day one support. You don't bullshit with this topic, but you my guy regardless, because it's just boxing talk.
Look, then Bella says, shout out Mazuma, highly entertaining. KO's 100% right.
Omega Red, you know I don't give a fuck. He said Cowboys getting whooped again by Cheesehead Nation this season too. I ought to block your ass for a little bit, but I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that to you. Go ahead, Rich.
He emotional.
All right. I hear what you're saying about the Shakur fight. I hear what everybody's saying. I think everybody kind of right. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out my boy Ree. Somebody told Ree stop D-riding because he wrote Mazuma TV. You was cooking. Ree said, "Suck my dick." That's my man's.
Myself, I think if you really look at that fight, you'll see that Arden was trying to time Shakur, and he actually caught Shakur a couple times. So now Shakur was just trying to.
No disrespect, bro, and you know it's no disrespect. Let's talk about something else, bro. I've been talking about that shit for an hour straight.
And that's how we gonna close that out.
Yo, that's the best job.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about something else, man. Hoe ass nigga.
Yo, that's funny as shit, bro.
Buying that shit you selling, you nut ass nigga.
Hold on. Can't hear you real quick. Give me a sec. Let me leave and come back.
Nobody selling that shit. Ain't nobody give a fuck about that shit you selling, nigga. You sound smart to dumb niggas. Niggas sending you super chats saying you wrong, nigga. Niggas in the chat telling you wrong. You talk about, I don't give a fuck about what they talk about, nigga. Oh shit. But yo, shout out to Des for pulling that up. I don't know how the fuck you did that. How the fuck did you do that? Oh man. I'm actually about to get off, Slime. It's all good. Shit, I might just do that, Des. I might just do that. Yeah, he started saying he don't care about his chat opinion. Yeah. I know what I'm looking at, bro. It's like niggas on that Brian Norman Sr. shit. Niggas know it all until they get kicked to the curb type shit. He said, dang, he was cool when you dropped off. How y'all start beefing? It wasn't necessarily beef. You know what I mean? He don't fuck with me now. But I said something about his chin and shit. He got mad. I said I talked a lot of shit about it. But nah, we was just having a back and forth. He said some shit about Shakur that didn't make sense. That's all. But that's how we gonna wrap up the live, man. I promise we gonna get around to Andy Cruz versus Raymond Muratalla. I mean, I probably hold that shit out till Friday. I ain't gonna hold you. We gonna wait until the weigh-in. We gonna study some film a little bit. Then, you know what I mean, I'm gonna give you guys my final prediction on what I think is gonna happen between Muratalla and Andy Cruz. You feel what I mean? But yeah, that's turned the whole live around talking about this whole video. I thought I lost the video. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, I mean, Dust was able to find it. The one thing about Dust, though, that nigga gonna pull up them receipts, man. That boy clutch. That boy really like Kobe out here when it comes to that shit. But I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and show love as always. If y'all can go ahead and hit the like button on the way out, that'd be very much appreciated. We on the road to 4K. We well into the 3,200 mark. About to hit that 3,300 mark in due time. Shout out to the nation and the mob for making this possible. I'll be back at y'all with another live, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to continue cooking up on what's going on in the boxing world. Until then, I hope you guys have a blessed, beautiful one. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.